Welcome to Red Dwarf 6, everyone. I'm Chris Barrett, the has-been from who used to star in Red Pilot. And what a joy it is to be talking to you all on this fantastic series that may well have won a comedy award. Is that right, chaps?
I think it is.
I think
this
it's
one won
true,
the
Chris.
British Comedy Award for the year 1994, possibly.
Excellent.
I'm Craig David.
Nice to have you back, Craig. Are you all right?
And nice to be here.
I'm Daniela Westbrook.
And I'm Roberta Lou Ellen. I used to be in Dallas.
Country singer.
Now, this is Sirens, isn't it? This was good, this one. I like Sirens.
Sirens, sure.
Sirens, sorry,
Sirens.
I've got to pronounce it
Quite a lot of
and this is your
support
classic
cast, yeah?
Well, that was great, wasn't it? Because you didn't have to have the haircut before you started the series, Craig.
Look at the fingernails. Isn't it?
Who played your wig, Craig?
Hammy Hamster. He's been looking for work for years.
Yeah.
Quite a wig,
Oh, I
isn't it?
forgot about the nails.
Look,
Excellent.
he wanted to look like Benjamin Zephaniah because he was a poet too.
Knobby nail,
Oh, you
yeah.
could feel it itch, though, couldn't you? You could feel
no,
it. You could feel
That was
it.
beautifully done.
You know what?
Because the
though?
itch was there before the scratch.
Comedy walk, comedy walk.
Oh, yeah.
Look at the toenails. I do look like the cowardly lion from The Wizard of Oz.
Yeah.
They kept snapping off.
Those thermals were actually cleaner than your own ones.
Hell are you? Steady. Who the hell are you? See,
Ah,
I
now
didn't know who I was.
Who's this?
Oh, the new
Who's
suit.
this happy fella
The
in
new
his new
flexible
suit?
The new
suit.
I
flexible
could
suit.
sit down in it. Oh, it
You
was
could
such a
bend
breakthrough.
over easy
I
in
could
it.
bend over, I could move.
Yeah.
A few lighting problems, though.
Well,
Did it
I mean,
present-
it's moody, though, isn't it?
Well, hold on. Isn't that my lighting setup?
It's very dark, isn't
But
it?
the trouble is it reflects. That's so
my-
reflective, you see. It's lots of Flare
I think-
City, so what they decided to do is have no light at all.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
But
There
of
you
course,
are,
this
into
was
the darkness.
that actual
Oh,
section
hold on,
there.
this-
Oh, here
this-
we go.
there's a thermal coming down the stairs. Oh, there's a guy in it.
Oh, welcome back online, sir.
Oh, dear, look at that suit. It's like Gautier or something,
Isn't it? Yeah.
Eh?
I think it probably influenced a lot of his
Yeah.
styles later on.
Bunch of amnesia.
Well, it is. It's very...
Coming after a prolonged period in deep sleep.
Now, I can't remember
Suggestive.
why you'd been asleep for 300 years, Craig, at all. I don't know. I can't remember.
Trying to get home, maybe?
Yeah. It's the best thing to do, isn't it?
You know what I mean?
Well, you're always asleep when you do go home, really, aren't you? In the back
Exactly.
of the
Got a little pillow.
car. You're out like a
I've
light.
just been preparing your
I
breakfast.
can't believe that didn't bring me pillow with me.
This set looks a bit newer, doesn't it, as well?
Yeah, there was some... Well, this little
Looks a
section,
little bit
the
chromy,
kitchen
innit? Yeah,
section,
yeah.
wasn't you? Yeah.
The orange juice is revolting.
Who
It's
directed
an
this?
orange juicer. That's your early
Good question. I think this was...
Right.
I think this
Andy
was Andy
de
de Emini.
Andy de
Emini.
The well-known South African
Yes.
Yeah.
who'd never been to South Africa.
And
Who's immensely famous
and
now.
this won the comedy award, didn't it?
It did win the Comedy Award. I think we should remember that
Why,
regularly.
why didn't we keep him?
Andy, he was lovely, wasn't he? He's done quite well since.
got
Yeah,
offers.
yeah, that's right. He did
got
one.
offers.
He got offers.
He did one series of Red Dwarf, and
And then he started working.
then everyone started hiring him.
Unlike the rest of us.
Isn't it? Why is everyone that's been in Red Dwarf is more famous than us anyway?
Oh, hugely more.
Perhaps this will
Well,
help.
we think that.
Oh, I see. Do
Well,
they think we're more famous then?
We
do they?
think that because we watched them
grass
every
is
night
always
on telly,
greener.
Chris.
It's true, isn't it, Chris? Yeah.
Alistair McGowan used to do warm-up for us. We can't get a gig on his show.
I've asked him if he'd let me warm up, and he went, no, not really, Robert, if that's all right
Eh?
with you. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think this is the place for professional bitterness.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
I'm not
there's a
bitter.
good point,
I'm not
well made,
bitter,
sir.
Chris. But you know,
I think this is the place to enjoy and wallow in our joyful
No,
joy
no,
of
look,
no,
Red
come on.
Dwarf
The
casthood.
axe was classic.
look, they've paid to hear what the actors think, lovely.
We had
Not
our
what
time,
the
mate. We
characters-
had
Yeah.
our time.
You know,
Yeah.
We were big in the 80s.
the thing about Red
I was
Dwarf
huge
is
in
that
the 80s.
There was Spandau and us. Right?
if you want to hear a load of actors giving the commentary, then you know you go and get your Faulty Towers or whatever.
You just missed loads of good guitar
That was
work.
really good guitar
Chris,
work.
just
there.
loads of good
Chris,
guitar
you
work.
practiced that
Yeah.
for hours, haven't you, Craig?
Do you know
He
what I
says
mean?
we've just missed something. There's a scene with him and Bobby in it, and we've missed something.
Over his head.
I mean, you know,
I can remember them coming up to us and saying, Danny, Chris, how do we do this scene?
Yeah, that's true.
I remember,
You did.
I
True.
remember
You were there,
me and
you were
you in
right.
the green room watching this bitching.
A lot of people don't realise you were just off camera here telling us how to do it because we hadn't got a clue.
Giving comedy hints and tips.
Right.
People won't recognise Chris, but he is actually my beard.
Well, in this show, we had to do something, didn't we? Chris?
Yes, exactly.
Because for the first 10 minutes, all we were doing was watching it.
This is one of
Sometimes,
these
you know,
rare scripts where I
start
sort
of a new
flicked through the
series.
page and thought, I'm not on for about 28 minutes here.
This is why we got upset, isn't it, Chris?
Start of a new
The
series,
first week
send
back,
the A-team in.
And they say we're not
grab their
needed for the
attention.
first part of the day because these two guys are running things.
yeah, but we did this scene beautifully.
But could you come into rehearsal at 8:05 in the morning
and watch
Right.
Robert
and watch
Robert
Bob
Craig.
Boney and Craig
Oh, that was
Aloni?
good. I loved that gun. We didn't break that for a whole day.
Actually, it did get broken.
never
It did get broken.
It did
didn't
get. Craig, who broke it?
I didn't. Oh, no, did I touch it?
I think you did,
You
Craig.
did,
Yeah.
Craig. You broke it. Yeah, I'm afraid.
Ah, now here comes somebody. That we'll all know. Ah, there he is.
Magnificent!
Look at the body.
Look at the body.
Magnificent is the word I would
Wasn't this
use.
the series where Chris actually put on a bit of a chest plate?
No, he'd been down the gym,
Yeah,
hadn't
no,
he?
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
no,
Yeah.
he's dead fit.
Download memory.
Look, here he goes, the cummerbund kid.
That Remy.
Look at him. Hey, giving it all that.
It's definitely Captain Scarlet there.
Now, was that CGI or a model? There's a good question.
Tabasco sauce.
That shot of Starbug, that was CGI, wasn't it?
Was it?
Yeah.
We're sort of on the cusp here between
Was it-
CGI
was
and
it?
model era, aren't we?
Congratulations, sir. You're well on
It was
the way.
real, all that, you know.
Yeah, it was, isn't it? You didn't. No, they didn't fill it with cold tea or anything. That was
No,
real
that was all real, mate. You know, method.
Yeah.
Man. I can make that lump of wood sing like a Yukon bear trapper on his annual visit to the brothel.
That's his maybe, bud, but the deal stays the
Now
same.
let's have a look at Dan. What's he wearing? You got
Peter Peach.
A bit peachy this time, Dan. Yeah.
Outer space. Peasants. I suggest we start debriefing. Mr. Rimmer.
Thank you, Crichton. Now, gentlemen, as we are all aware, we have lost Red Dwarf. This is not the time for small-minded, petty recrimination. The time for that is when we get back to Earth and Lister is court-martialed.
There you go. Look.
There we
Hey,
go. Let's shift the blame.
Look, he says, look,
You're the one who parked.
I've been in the green room for 15 minutes watching these twonks. I'm out here blazing guns now.
Exactly.
Yes,
Yeah,
look,
it's time
see?
to get off and kick a bit of comedy booty.
Because he actually whispered he's going to pick the pace up when he came on. Look.
Persons or life forms unknown.
Dragging
Steal
a
a
bit. Yeah.
gigantic red trash can with no brakes and 3 million years on the clock.
Rogue droids, genetically engineered life
Oh, I
forms.
love those lines.
Figments of Mr.
Rogue
Lister's
droids.
imagination made solid by some weird
You're
space.
changing your eye line all over the place. It must have been written down everywhere.
There was idiot. There was the audience used to hold up the idiot boards, one word each.
To make a massive detour to circumnavigate this asteroid belt.
Ah, yes. Ah, look, it all lights up. Look at that.
Look at the script on the table.
Yeah,
Look at
that's
the
Check
just
on
as
the
well it was there.
table.
We have the opportunity to head them off at the pass, as it were, and recover Holly.
Crichton, you're forgetting about space.
that wasn't the script.
Probably was.
No,
It probably was the script, you know.
No, because I'd have had to have my finger under the words if it was.
No, that was real flight plan.
Was it?
Well, thank you for reminding me of that regulation, sir, but I can't see how
Oh, this is the series where there was
Yeah.
all the repetitive
Space Corps directives.
Directive. Yeah.
A fine comedy tool.
Yes, God, he's pedantic.
Supply situation. Your holograms on battery back. I'm wearing heavy metal gloves, man.
Yeah.
Check them out. The Axeman cometh.
Yeah.
7 weeks. And where's the vault? We're down to our last 2,000 poppadoms. Trouble, man. Big
Bit of a
time.
curry gag.
How unstable
Yeah.
those
Gotta
belts
get the curry
are.
gags in,
Rogue
early.
asteroids,
Hey,
meteor
isn't
storms,
Anita Dobson
one
in this?
direct
She is,
hit
yeah.
and a
She is.
plexiglass
Catching Town.
piece
Samantha Robson.
to be turned
Yeah.
inside out
She
quicker
played
than
Pete
her
Trance's sister.
Yeah.
I got to kiss her.
Did you?
And then she turned into a dung beetle.
Ah, that's right. Yeah.
You know? She was in the bill, wasn't she? PC Vicky Hagen.
chance.
Oh, for pity's sake. One breach of
And
that hull
Claire's
of
back.
evil pate.
Isn't she? Claire Grogan?
Yeah, she is, very briefly.
Live 1 hour as a tiger, then a whole lifetime as a
She
worm.
was in Gregory's Girl.
She was in Gregory's
was.
Girl. Yeah,
That's
that's
right.
where
She was in EastEnders as well, wasn't she?
Was she? I didn't know she'd
Yeah.
done EastEnders.
Her
Well,
co-star's really kicking now in that Jamie Peterson show.
What, John Gordon Sinclair.
John Gordon, yeah.
Now that could be a
It's a load of
multi-
names, isn't it?
Oh, I'm trying to work out. Oh, look at that! A bit of wobble acting now coming
Something's
up.
coming.
Very good.
Nothing
Got
on
a
the
rocket.
Wibbly thing in space
It
alert.
could be a wibbly thing.
Big. I'm getting nothing either. These nostrils.
I love that flying spaceship acting. Just like that.
Tap a button.
Hitting the return button.
Yeah.
There's a meteor bigger than
We had a lot of
King
buttons
Kong's
to
first
press, though. That was
dump
good. I had a big, lovely knob that I could turn. Nice clicky knob.
Straight towards us.
I love that knob.
It's far too vast to go around.
Reverse thrust.
There's no time. Face it. We're deader than corduroy.
Right, you know what to do.
I'm on my way, sir.
Good line.
Could you tell me what he's doing?
He's customised the waste disposal unit. Fill your eject system with rocket fuel and turn it into a kind
Lovely
of high
background
impact
acting,
garbage
Craig.
cannon.
I know,
Shoot
concentration.
that out of
See how I was giving? I was giving.
You were.
All you do is steal from me.
Do you know, mate, I'm just trying to get a bit of your
No,
thunder.
but really, we all gave, guys. We all
I
gave
gave
everything.
background acting there, mate. I'm telling you.
Lie mode.
See?
Of course it'll work, sir. No worries.
Yeah, look.
Hook, line, sinker, rod, and copy of Angling Time, sir.
Here he comes!
Ready, Crichton? Fire!
What a classic shot.
Hey,
Good shot.
space heroes.
Locating Red Dwarf's vapor trail at present
Yeah, that
speed
was a
of
mint
course.
Imperial,
Estimated
wasn't it?
Time to interception, 12 hours, 7 minutes.
Those rocks look suspiciously like
Something new.
kind of
It does not smell good.
polystyrene.
You know those
sprayed.
bath balls you can get? That you put
Yeah,
in the
they
bath
put
and
they go balls.
Yeah.
Oh, they go
Yeah,
physics,
yeah,
physics.
yeah.
One of them, is it?
Have you ever you had one of them?
great.
Yeah, they're nice then.
Wicked.
It's like this is a giant spaceship graveyard. Has anyone else got the feeling we've been led here like lambs to the kebab shop?
We're not moving another inch till we find out what brought those ships down.
I phoned up my kebab shop the other day and said, do you deliver? They said, no, just chicken, beef and lamb.
Now that's funny, Craig. Do you deliver?
Do you deliver? Just chicken, beef and ham?
We're in.
What's that?
Human remains. Wait. Angle up 5 degrees. Across 10 degrees. There.
Where?
Some kind of writing on the floor.
Oh, it's very good, Chris, isn't he? He sucked us in now.
I think I just stole the show, really.
You certainly
Played
stole
like
the
a-
shot.
Yeah.
Played like a
Did you
300-year-old
see the
god.
positioning
No.
in that shot? You see,
That, in fact, I don't think he stole
Come
it.
in, you see.
The way
I've
you come in
angled
there.
in. Yeah.
You know, I just remembered.
Needed a pen.
Him and Andy always having little tete-a-tetes in the
Yeah, well,
corner.
that's because he always got Chris.
He didn't steal the scenes at all. He's been buying them.
Yeah.
Oh, this is where you... Halfway through, you start touching things.
Yeah, we know what I'm
You
like.
get your hard light
right.
drive.
Hard light
Get your
drive,
hard
yeah.
light drive,
The
yeah.
hard
Also,
light
where we
beam
meet the
is
siren it was in that fantastic location that had the trains going past every 4 seconds.
Oh, yeah. Milton
So,
Keynes.
in other words,
Looked
Chris,
beautiful. Was it
Chris,
Milton
No, it was Battersea.
Battersea.
Yeah.
Play final entry.
Yeah.
this is the actual series where you get a hard drive.
I guess you could say that, Danny. You managed to shoehorn that gag in, have you? Rather well, I thought.
See, all you guys were
you
thinking
wanna repeat
about
that
it.
gag
You were all,
every episode?
you were all thinking about it.
That doesn't look suspiciously like someone wearing a costume.
No,
does it?
that was a real monster.
Is it? That's not a face underneath that beak, is
No.
it?
Chris, you didn't expect that we were going to give Ross an easy time without an editing job.
I
No,
didn't
you
expect
know.
you would give him an easy time.
Here comes the sauce.
Now what? No! Get that straw out of my ear!
It's not, Eric, it's not.
Oh, look at that. The old
Oh,
crash
the old
mat.
classic.
Brilliant.
No
fall,
one
though.
falls in a faint situation like me.
They
Brilliant
can't do it.
fall.
That is it.
Stiff
Other
as a
people
board
try.
when he went down there.
Other
I've
people
said
try,
that
but
to
they
all
fail.
casting directors
Yeah.
throughout the last 5 years.
Shoot me
all
and
they
bring
do-
up being shot.
And all they talk about is only fools and horses one.
Yeah, no, that was a better fall. A better fall.
In life form.
That was a
You
classic.
can alter your perception telepathically. They're called sirens, like with Ulysses in that ancient Turkish legend.
Did we shoot this sequence out in the quarry? No, where we were told
Yeah.
originally it was going to be in Morocco, and then we ended up in a quarry
Yeah,
just
we
off
could-
the M25.
we might be going to
in the middle of the
Morocco.
night. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, brilliant. Great.
Whatever they can use.
Yes, there was talk of Turkey
Oh,
and Morocco and everything, wasn't there?
Yeah. All the most glamorous locations, and where do we end up? Yeah, we're going to a quarry.
Quarry. Yeah.
Off the M25.
It's funny. It's funny.
It's
funny.
funny.
It's funny.
It's funnier.
Yeah, it's funny because the word quarry is funny. I mean, you know.
You know, what's funny about Morocco? No, quarry, it's funny.
No, filming in a quarry is funny. Filming in a mansion's not.
say the word quarry, it's still funny, yeah.
Please help us. Our settlement
Now, who are these girls?
Ah, now.
Who are these girls? I thought you handpicked them, didn't you, Dan?
No, I actually had no choice.
to spread their seed
I think
I think there's Zoe Hilson and Elizabeth Anson.
Is that who you think they are?
They did say sow their seed
I
amongst our
got a
number. I
feeling
remember that.
Andy D'Emene was.
They mates of
responsible.
Andy's? Probably were. You know what those directors are like. Come and see me in my
I certainly wasn't at the
casting lounge.
casting.
No, I wasn't
They
at the
probably
casting.
went on to be international Oscar-winning actresses,
Yeah.
and we just
They've
don't know.
probably got a series.
Oh, they have. They've got their own series.
Everyone that's been
Something on
Red Dwarf
BBC
has got
Three.
their own
I think
series.
I think it's BBC 7.
Oh, the radio.
You can only get it on your mobile.
Yeah.
Liquid oxygen.
Do you know what? Funny enough, I was at the dentist the other day.
Well, there we go. Did you hear that, Chris?
Huh?
Daddy went
Dan
to
was at the dentist.
I was at the dentist the other day, and
It's relevant to the show, obviously.
yeah, no, yeah, because
Why were you
no,
at the dentist
because
the other day?
because Hilary Bevan Jones also goes to the same dentist.
And
Remember?
she was our own
own
producer.
I do remember her, yeah.
Red
Very,
Dwarf. So there is a connection.
Very,
There is a connection.
very successful producer.
Now,
Oh yes, I think
Oh,
she's
look.
got awards
Oh,
and
no, here we go.
everything.
Here's Anita.
There's Anita Dobson.
Ah, she's good.
All right, Ange.
Pioneer, we're under attack.
Now, audience, don't blink.
Oh, look at, she gets a really good gun. We never got guns that did that.
No, we never
How
did.
come she got that?
So she can look cooler than us. We're supposed to look Mickey Mouse.
We never got lines.
Oh,
that
we
did
never got
that.
killed like that.
Oh, she didn't die as good as you,
We
though.
never got
No.
lines like that, did we?
And look, who's here?
Don't try to help us. We're finished.
Oh dear. Dearie me. Oh, dearie me.
Oh, she's fantastic.
I think she's good.
I loved her.
Trying to explain. We're overrun. Get out the belt while you can.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
We'll be okay. They'll never take us alive. I've been keeping back 3 bullets. One for me, one each for the 2 kids.
Don't tag that scene. Don't tag it.
we're stunned into silence.
I'm keeping 3 bullets. One for my agent, one for Doug, and one for equity.
And I'm coming in. Crichton Bazookas, with a protocol.
Lister, tune
I
into
fell for
Sanity
it, though.
FM.
Claire, it's all show
Sanity
business,
FM.
love.
Tune into Sanity.
Is that a new digital channel?
Really good Sanity FM. I've got it on the car.
More trouble than heading straight for us.
What is it?
What do you call one of those giant meteorites that are all covered in flames?
A giant flaming meteorite.
That's it.
See that?
Look,
That was
I do remember the
that
giant
was a bit
flame-
of Chris delivery. That, you know,
It wouldn't make
camouflaged the gag.
So what was our motivation to get in there?
on the radar. I think
To go in now. I've just seen something.
To
come
go
out.
in,
Yeah, but this is all an hallucination as well, isn't it?
to go and sort of, sound out Dobbo and Grogies.
Grogi and Dobbo and go and save them.
Perfs. Yeah.
Why did we go in there?
Stake my reputation.
Our agents told us to.
No, but I'm hoping to acquire one from this escapade.
It's closing in. Too late to run.
Relax, gentlemen. You're quite safe.
He was right there, wasn't he?
Yeah, you see,
Well, you're right,
sometimes
yeah.
you should trust Crichton.
I can't hang around here saving your necks all day. I guess I'll go and make a start on that ironing.
The classic at the end of
Slightly
what you
influenced
said.
by the lovely Herman Munster, I have to admit.
I'm perfectly capable of dealing with a giant flaming meteorite, thank you so very, very much indeedy. We do not need to enlist the help of a domestic droid with a head shaped like a genetically flawed lumpfish.
Okay, keep your H on. So what do we do?
I didn't realise that, that guitar bit later on.
Yeah.
Do nothing.
The guys wanted that's
When
how
Brian
we
May,
got
wasn't
Anita
it?
Dobson, yeah.
Through Brian, yeah.
Because we tried to get Brian May to do it.
Who is Anita Dobson's husband, for those
Yeah,
who are not
well,
up to speed on that.
or boyfriend or something like
She's
that.
the 5th member of Queen.
But he turned around and said he couldn't actually make it look as though Lister was playing it because he wasn't good enough.
Yeah. No, I've heard that.
So he went for Phil Manzanera from Roxy Music.
Look at this, guys. Model shot. You can't do that with
that.
CGI.
Any damage? Not too bad.
Full as
Fire
Oh, there's
extinguishers.
stuff going off everywhere.
I'm trying to get him in the
I used to
ear.
like them extinguishers,
Oh, they were great fun.
but they only lasted about 10 seconds. You
well,
remember?
they didn't trust us, did they? They knew we'd freeze each other if we were allowed to have them.
They only you'd start spraying them, and it's run out.
Now, there was an old computer gag that nerds will get, but
What was that?
this thing's crashed more than a ZX, whatever it was.
81,
which is the old
ZX81,
Sinclair.
The old Sinclair.
Yeah.
One of the very early PCs.
So they made
They
Starbuck
did
out
crash
of
a
the
lot.
same
They were
stuff.
really good.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Sinclair ZX.
Was that? They used to have a PC on wheels, didn't they?
Yes.
Which was in our show too.
Yeah, I think it probably was.
Yeah, well, Craig's space bike was a Sinclair's.
That's right. There was a little Sinclair runabout thing.
What they call
whatever.
it?
That was so
C5.
embarrassing. C5. The old
C5,
classic C5.
the old classic C5.
They were so popular for about a minute.
I don't know where that bike is. I wanted to keep it, but...
Oh, no, where did you... Oh, no, that's in the quarry. This is in the quarry, the romantic
That's it,
quarry.
yeah. I get kissed now by a blonde.
On my
Yeah.
way back.
Oh, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Hi, Dave.
Oh, that's Pete Tranter's sister. You see, I didn't see this.
Yeah. Ben, I look at
I was
Samantha
in a
Robson from the
caravan.
bill.
Yeah.
But she's not blonde in the bill.
Right.
All
She's
through
not
your
that
beauty.
done up either, so we wouldn't recognise her.
At last, I can be yours.
God, it was cold though, wasn't it? Do you remember? She must have been chilly, poor thing. I hope they had a cloak for her on standby.
She didn't need.
I
one.
love the
She
fact
didn't
that
need
you're
a
so
cloak.
considerate, Rob.
Yeah.
You know,
She was warm enough and late. Craig was all over her.
My buttocks together to make one
Well,
juicy
in the script.
giant.
I love that line. You want to squeeze my buttocks together to make a juicy giant peach?
I'd be drowning in my own drool. Stay back, Pete.
I don't remember. I don't think I met her. She's gorgeous, isn't she? I was there having my head stuck on while this was going on.
All right, Bobby, put it away.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
She's running her fingers through my
not
hair.
necessarily gold, Bobby.
Right.
You're starting to sound like Peter Andre, Bobby.
I think she's an attractive girl as far as attractive girls go, but
Right.
don't be succumbed to this. Don't be succumbed.
Don't succumb.
Don't succumb on two.
Don't get Andre-like sucked into this situation.
No, she's
Reference may
genuinely
not
gorgeous.
There's a difference. They're in a tropical jungle. You're in a
Yeah.
quarry.
You're in a quarry just off the M25.
Hang on, guys. I want to relive a moment
Okay,
here.
relive the
No,
moment. Here
don't
you go.
let him live it.
Was this your first kiss
Ever?
on Red Dwarf? Ever in your whole life?
Does that
on
mean
or off screen?
If this was Celebrity Get Me Out of Here?
She
now,
taught me all.
Look at that. Oh, Craig, I never got that.
Oh, look
no, I
at that,
did get-
though.
we all got a
Talk
bit of
about
that.
making me pay for it, or
Yeah,
what?
they did, didn't they?
Kiss a girl, spermicidal fluid dripped into my mouth from
You
a
had
dung
about,
beetle.
what, about 2.5 gallons of KY on that.
Yeah,
tell you-
look.
Wow.
Craig,
but
you were
then you-
merely building
think-
up to the kiss of the whole phenomenon.
Yeah, well,
I think you were my
There we
last
go,
kiss
look.
on Red Dwarf, actually.
Is that right? Oh dear.
Craig's doing a Peter Andre now.
Ah. Oh, that's not really correct. No, I do remember that. Oh, yeah, that was...
Sir, is everything okay out there?
What's the delay?
Sirens whacked each other out fighting over me brains. Oh,
Because I only want a snack.
Channel 27. It's not that easy, Crichton. You can't see what she's doing with her pointy stick.
I'm starting the engines.
Get back in here now!
That sounded like Ed Bye there.
I went in for the subtle approach of that line.
Yeah.
It's getting pretty hairy out there, Crichton. It's vamoose.
Oh.
What the hell are you doing taking off while I'm still outside? Let me in.
Well, I'm afraid, sir, you're already here.
He's a siren, Crichton. Don't let him in. For God's sake, he's a siren. I can't hang on any longer. Let me in.
What are we gonna do?
We
Well,
can't tell which is
viewers,
which. We've got to
Which one's the baddie?
Which one is the baddie? Oh.
Well, I can't remember.
No, I can't remember either. Can you remember? I can't remember
Which
one
one?
was which.
No, I don't know. I can't tell you which one's which now.
No.
Guys, they're
Yeah.
both me.
Are they?
Yeah. I know what. They're both pony. You got Craig. You got pony.
I
Look,
forgot about this.
look, it's a stereo ham salad. Look.
Double layers of ham
Look, this-
on a galloping pony.
I mean, you know.
I know. This is the film. This is where Phil comes in.
Yeah,
of
this
course.
is Phil's hands now, mate. Phil Man's in here. Roxy Music's hands.
That was great. That. Do
Both right-handed, correct?
Now, how do we do
you
that?
remember that?
I can't remember.
Split screen. Yeah. Look,
Ah.
that was amazing. That apple thing. Was it an apple?
Trim your toenails.
This was one of the better
Play the
split screen stuff, isn't it?
Here it goes.
Here, inside.
play it.
Good eye line, Craig. Good eye line.
Those are the hands of Phil Manzanero
Yeah, they're not
from
my hands.
Roxy
It's
Music.
very clever, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's very clever, yeah.
Oh, we did have some quite good guns.
How did you know that wasn't me?
Because that dude could play.
Me?
That's the way you believe you can play, sir. That's why when these siren read your mind...
No one wants to hear that, really, about the musicianship.
I know, yeah.
I know.
Tone deaf.
Yeah,
It's really upsets him, actually, doesn't it?
Seriously saying you think he was better than me? See, what's the difference?
Little survival tip, bud. Never play your guitar in front of a man with a loaded gun.
I resent this. I resent you
really
saving
upset.
my life in this way.
I resent you saving my life in this way.
Where's it gone?
It's crawled down into the engine room.
Poor Sea Rimmer on the ball, driving the script along.
Always
Oh,
know,
yes.
yes.
One last
Always
push
on
to
the
the
ball.
summit.
Because if we
You can just see that big board coming up. There he goes.
You couldn't let the guitar
The little
thing
bubble.
go on too long. Hold us back on.
Yeah,
Come on.
get on the
That's
screen.
Chris is
It's
in
a
his-
comedy
in-
cul-de-sac, lads, this way.
It's like that. Look, these guys are dying a death. Rimmer's got to save them.
That's
I love that
my
sort
mission
of
in comedy.
fluorescent green
Yeah.
blood.
It's very good, yeah.
Very clever.
Oh, yeah. UV lighting.
I'm enjoying the post on this.
Now, what's going to appear?
A little bit of green light over there.
There is no
Oh,
magic in trying to engage me in combat.
a little bit of Hitchcock light in there. Look,
What? You can't see the face.
you can't see the face.
Be of no use to you. Give
Yeah.
yourself up. Professor Mamet.
I bet you if you
Ah,
are...
here she comes. Jenny. Oh, isn't she gorgeous?
The longest
Yeah.
legs in history. Look at those
She is
legs.
stunning.
Ah,
Now, there is a story I could tell about Miss Agata.
However,
What?
Well, because we had to share a caravan in the old Tate building. Do you remember where the Tate Modern Gallery is?
Yes.
That's where this was
Yes.
shot,
Yeah.
when it was still a power station. And I had to lie down on the floor to have my face re-glued while she got changed. And she said, be a gentleman and close your eyes. And I did. I did. And I remember telling you, and you were sick. You said, Bobby, you're sick. You didn't even have a peek. And I didn't. I was so
she used to be a
decent.
ballet dancer, didn't she?
Oh, she used
Yeah.
to be anything.
I'm sure she used to be a ballet dancer.
Did you see the pony door there?
Yeah, very good
Ponied
door.
a bit towards the end, didn't
Now,
it?
this was a very painful little sequence coming up.
It was another illusion. The siren
This is all shot in that, so they must have stripped all this stuff out to
Because
build the art gallery.
isn't
wasn't it?
Jenny the old the famous five? What?
Don't think she did the famous five. She did Railway Children.
The Railway
yeah,
Children.
She
Railway
was,
Children.
Oh, she's done loads of stuff.
Yeah, that
She was in
that's-
Logan's Run.
Yeah, she was,
Yeah.
wasn't she?
Logan's Run.
Oh, she'd done sci-fi. You know, she knew it backwards, didn't she?
American Werewolf in London.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seconds left. I need to recharge.
She
So
wasn't in
what-
Gregory's Girl, though. I don't know why.
So
No.
what was all the what was all the was it the 60s or something? She was meant to be a kitten, like a
Sorry?
you know, one of those.
He's obsessed. Because he's the cat.
Everything's a kitten.
You know,
Yeah.
Some people are old moggies. Some are kittens. Now, here comes Crichton. Now, that was
look
a
at that.
painful costume.
Isn't it?
Very good.
I'm almost annoyed.
That wasn't easy.
it's hard work,
Walking
Bowie, to
like
say
that.
the least. Yeah.
Well, also tripping over on this metal grating, and you couldn't put your hands down.
I reckon they should have had your arse hanging out of that.
Yeah, I think I did.
Oh! And you did that stunt yourself, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I did it all myself.
But it hurt. That.
Well, on the budgets we worked on, you couldn't, they couldn't get someone in to get squashed into a box. Now, that's CGI. Yeah. I mean, it's smooth.
I didn't realise there was that much silver foil in your costume.
Yeah.
though.
Well, according to the Navicomp, it's gone into that gas nebula.
And that's where we're heading.
See, you're all silver foil, mate.
Yeah.
Suggest you don't put it on the console, sir. It leaves those ugly ring marks. Why not use me as a table?
It looks very denouement-ish.
Denouement.
Duties, sir.
That's French, that, you know, just in case. What's that, French for pony?
Not when there's a laundry in the washroom the size of the north face of the Eiger.
Craps.
Besides, the cat has invited me to join him in the weekly crap game tonight.
He's gonna be the dice.
Approaching nebula.
Well, let's see what's in there.
Nebula.
I see, it's a nebula. We know what, because there was a time when we wouldn't know what a nebula was. But by this
Hold on.
time,
What is a nebula? Isn't that biological?
It's a little red swirly thing
a
in
swirly thing.
space.
It's a red swirly thing.
Yeah,
supposed
but in
to
real
be
life,
wobbly.
isn't it a nebula? Isn't that something to do with the brain?
The guy
Any
played the
office?
Astro in that. He was in loads of
Has someone
things
got
as
a
well.
dictionary?
But what does nebulous mean?
A nebula isn't that
I
part
think
of
it
the
means
brain?
vague and misty.
Vague.
Yeah.
So a
Nah.
nebula is a kind of vague, misty, swirly-whirly thing.
I want a dictionary.
Ah.
Get it
Now,
up
let's
on the
see
net.
who
Springer
We wanna know
Horrell.
what
You can't have a
nebula
name
is.
like Springer Horrell.
Oh, that's Rena. Do you remember Rena?
Yeah, who's
stage
Rena?
manager?
Rena?
Yeah, Rena was stage manager that year. Constantia.
Yeah.
She was a very nice
There's the
girl.
Pomf.
Mel.
Mel.
Much missed.
Terry.
Okay, what did Justin
Justin
Judge.
Judge.
Oh my God, we never spoke
And
about
Andy,
Justin.
we have to. We will speak
Well, we
about
can.
Justin.
We've got 5
Oh,
more
good.
opportunities.
Wasn't he unspeakably tall? Welcome to Red Dwarf, Series 6, Episode 2, Legion. I'm Craig Charles. I play Mr. Derek Custer.
The man with multiple appendices, I seem to remember, for this particular episode.
That's right, I got my appendix out again.
Well, they had to take something out, mate. I'm telling you.
Lovely title sequence, though, this, wasn't it? Very big and
joyful.
glamorous. Oh, and the horses.
Oh, the horses.
There's the missus.
There's the missus.
And the one on the left was the looker.
Now, that shot's quite groovy. I mean, although it's CGI, you know, broke new ground, didn't it, in terms of sitcoms?
Anything to report?
We're still lagging behind.
well,
Dwarf,
I
sir.
don't know about
Almost
that.
24 hours behind now.
But I tell you what did
That has
break
been
new
a
ground.
moderately quiet shift, except for one
That
small
costume.
shock a couple of hours ago
I like
when
that
we
costume.
noticed an alien
It's
invasion.
the same one as the
very
last
good
show, wasn't it?
Crichton's costume's not bad either.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the thing is, he's stealing my thunder because I'm the only one who's supposed to shine.
Yeah, exactly.
Look,
Unchanged
See?
today, sir.
Nice lighting as well, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it
a
is.
little bit
It's
of
very
shade.
subtle.
Bit of
no, but
depth.
that's what I'm saying.
Beautiful.
They give him my shiny costume look, they give him my dark lighting, and basically, you know, just stealing my thunder.
Confidentially, sir, no. We've no meat, no pulse, and hardly any grain. We're still the only licorice all sorts left, those only little black twisty ones that everybody hates. If that weren't bad
Well,
enough,
we better make that announcement, didn't
I
we,
think we
Bob?
had. I was wrong about that.
Well,
That
after
wasn't- that wasn't a model
conferring,
shot, that was a model
conferring.
shot, yeah. I was
Yeah.
convinced that was CGI. That just shows
we
the
just-
quality that you can achieve with model shots.
And how
Space
honest
Weevil.
and how honest we
Space
are.
Weevil was fantastic, wasn't it? And it smelled quite garlicky. Do you
It was
remember?
marzipan, wasn't it?
No, I think it was bread, but it was sort of garlic bread.
No, it was marzipan.
It's practically cannibalism.
I think it was marzipan, yeah, that they'd made into a nice shape.
It's good though. We like, you know, when we have those little debates about things like if there was CGI in the show. See, Bob, no pride. You just came out. I'm wrong. You know.
Et voila!
See, all those years of French classes, they were worth it.
Hey, I'm back in the pink.
Because you had the same basic costume then underneath that, didn't you? You had
Yeah,
the big-
that's
and
what I'm saying. Look,
Yeah.
underneath, basically, I've got a Crichton
black
costume.
classic,
Yeah,
yeah.
see, Crichton has nicked my shiny thing. Look.
Peanuts?
No, I've been trimming my verrucas.
Look at that. Hold a gag for him. Give him the laugh. Look, hold it.
To make a monkey blush.
You really think I'm
Hey?
psychotically disgusting, don't you? The peanuts.
Do you think he ever said, you know, well done, Dan, I like the way you smoothed out my gag there?
I did sometimes, Dan, didn't
You
I? I did
never,
say,
ever
Dan,
said
thanks
that.
for saving my comedy life.
You know,
I think he probably did, Dan.
he never did, Chris.
Don't you think so?
You know, I've been meaning to tell him since '88.
When you were in the comedy ambulance, take me to the hospital.
You know.
Now, Dan, you just ate something then
very-
with your teeth in, didn't you? Now, this was the series, if I'm not mistaken, where you had a sandwich one lunchtime
And
lost
Spat
your teeth.
out, yeah.
No,
Meant to go
it was.
through all the garbage
Filming
sacks.
was held up for about an hour, wasn't it?
Well, we dug your teeth out of an old sandwich.
And no, actually, one was in a sandwich and one was in the bin.
That's right.
Supper, sir.
Yeah.
And
That was
tonight's
really
food.
weird.
I'm sorry, sir. It is another.
No, it was crazy.
Please don't hit me,
What's this?
sir.
Raw carrot. Crichton, you know how I feel about fresh vegetables. They're for health psychos, vitamin freaks, people who exercise.
Yeah.
There we go. Big bite out of the Space Weevil.
Is everything okay, sir?
No, it's not. Some smuggler's filming this Have You Got a Good Memory quiz.
That was you, sir, last week. Don't you remember?
Right. Hey.
Classic memory joke there.
Hey, look.
Was it?
Hey, see that? That's where
This is one of my hovering scenes.
Yeah, you do hover very well. Chris,
I've been
has to be
told
said.
that many times.
You're still waiting for your hard
Yeah,
light,
'cause
mate.
we all know there's
Is
a
there?
line coming.
There it is. There it is.
There it is. It comes in.
There it is. Look.
Crunchy king prawn left.
Ah.
I hate to go all
Oh look. Oh,
technical.
no,
Oh, where's Dan?
Hold on. Now, come on.
Isn't it?
What's going on there?
Why wasn't that pink
Take a
suit got
black
head?
man, make him darker.
No, you got a lovely little gobo on you there, Dan. We can see you.
Oh, we can see you there,
All
mate.
I can say is, good job I got a pink jacket on.
Yeah.
Listen, Butterpet Head.
I had to wait
And there
for
was all
that.
those head
Oh, yeah.
gags as well.
I had to
Oh,
wait
the
a
head
long
gag.
time to give that.
I'd forgotten about Butter Pat Head. That's a good one.
When do we get novelty condom head?
I'm not sure. Or half-chewed rubber tip pencil.
Or
Yeah.
like a freak formation of mashed potato.
What for? There's no one too late. We're all here.
I would just feel more comfortable if I know that we're all on our
this
toes
is a
and
classic
everyone's
line.
aware it's a blue alert situation.
We all are on our toes.
May I remind you of Space Corps Directive 341.
This is it, boys. This is the big one.
No officer with false teeth should attempt oral sex in zero gravity.
Look.
You both, all the way to Hades. I want to go to
Look.
blue alert.
Okay.
beautifully held by the two people in the scene there. Look. Look. The look.
Professional. This is my favourite novel. You don't see me playing with my favourite novel.
Too small for a vessel.
Was this the time when we got the script on auto?
I don't know. There was one of the episodes. I don't think it's this one.
No,
there
not
was
this
one.
episode. It was the last episode, wasn't it?
And they were rewriting it as we recorded it.
Yeah.
They kept changing it on the auto cue.
Step up to red alert.
Sir, are you absolutely sure? It does mean changing the bulb.
There's always some excuse, isn't there?
That was the bulb guy.
Yeah, the bulb guy.
It will mean changing the bulb.
Oh, yeah.
Good evasive
Oh,
action.
there we go. Some leaning acting there. Wonderful.
That's it. We're deader than tank tops.
It was deader than corduroy last time. Deader than tank tops.
May I recommend
Of course, tank tops are big now. They come back.
So
it's corduroy.
Yeah.
That's because everybody thought, well, you know, funny, I've got a tank top, I'm going to wear that.
Able to complete today's laundry, for which I apologize in advance.
Crichton, stop your blathering and get in the damn tube.
Crichton, sit down. I'm not doing my own smegging ironing.
Look, maybe we can reason with it. Open communication channel, sister. Broadcast on all known frequencies and in all known languages, including Welsh.
Classic Welsh joke there.
They didn't like that, the Welsh.
Yeah, the viewing figures dropped a little bit after that. 7 people turned up.
Transport vehicle Star Bug. Now hear this.
Star Bug.
It's only coming once. We surrender totally without
Yeah.
condition. Thank you for listening. Oh, additional. Sorry to take up your valuable time. Sorry. Thank you. Sorry. Bye. Bye. Sorry. Thank you. Bye.
Remember, you've got a longer yellow streak than a stampede of diuretic camels.
Lovely image for you there.
Yeah, there we go.
Dear,
Just think on that one a minute.
Someone was probably having carrot and coriander soup as they were watching this.
A bold warrior soul who tracks me in this incarnation has been given the body of an abject
Into
coward.
Shakespeare.
So excuse me, gentlemen, while I have a humiliating panic attack under the scanner table.
Here he comes.
5 G-gooks to impact.
Oh, what's a G-gook? Can you look that up, Dan?
Gobbledygooks.
Oh, right,
was that?
gobbledygooks.
Gobbledygook, yep.
Gobbledygook.
Hey, look at that.
Wow.
What is a
That's
gobbledygook?
Controls are down.
Gobbledygook is a
What on
very
earth
technical
was that?
term. We haven't got time to describe it now.
SVC Television did all those special effects for us. They were a commercials company when they were trying to get into TV.
Yeah. So they got a lot of cheapo. Well, not cheapo. They're really good. But they got them cheap. Didn't
On
they?
the cheap.
Yeah, cheap. Yeah.
They're amazing.
You know that grant there. They don't want to pay anything.
I know.
do they? You know what I mean?
Yeah, they
You know
would
what
have
it's
wangled the whole
like,
thing.
isn't it?
Yeah. We want to use it.
Yeah.
Give us some
Yeah,
special
Get
effects.
bus fare.
Yeah.
Bus fare.
It'd be a bit like building a pyramid. Yeah.
Even then, they wouldn't let me go first class on the bus. They wouldn't let me sit upstairs.
No, you have to sit downstairs. Yeah.
So what have we got?
Well, it seems we were
Hold
snared
on.
by some kind of
We
malfunctioning
weren't-
guidance beam
This was Shepperton.
designed to help docking
Yeah,
supplies.
it's all down in
Yeah.
Shepperton, yeah.
We've been in Shepperton for...
We're
4 years by this time.
we're off to be Sky B soon, aren't we?
Yeah, Dan was
filmed a lot
still
of this with
often
BSkyBs.
going up to Liverpool or Manchester when we were at Shepperton.
It was the bus rides. Do you remember the bus rides?
Do you remember that
On the
tiny little
coach.
bus they got the first week?
Oh, dear.
right, yeah.
Went up in a minibus.
Yeah, no way.
Whatever they were cooking up here, it must have been something pretty special.
Yeah.
Anything we can salvage?
Must be something we can swipe.
Well, gentlemen, our strategy is clear. Let's tool up
And you had
go
the
shopping.
huge sort of jumpsuit thing.
Tool up and go
Yeah, the
shopping.
big leather
The big
jumpsuit.
leather jumpsuit. That was nice and warm. And now this was at the Marco Polo
BSkyB,
building.
This
is
You can still see it.
BSkyB.
It's still there.
Yeah.
Well, how could they have offices like this with no programs?
Yeah. I think they'd
that's
already
why they had
gone.
no
Even when we did
programmes,
this,
Chris.
there were no programs.
Yeah.
They had no programs because it was all spent on
It's
the
Channel
building.
4 now, isn't it?
I don't know who uses it. No, it's not Channel 4.
Because it was
it's
on.
not
It was used to be the Observer Building and BSkyB.
Yeah.
I think it's Channel 4 now.
No, Channel 4 Horseferry Road.
That's Horseferry Road, yeah.
Welcome, my friends.
This guy used to be in Crossroads.
He did, didn't he? Yeah. This is Nigel.
Nigel Williams had to be
Nigel Williams.
sewn into his costume.
I know.
So he couldn't even have a leak, could he?
No, he couldn't go. He just couldn't go.
Isn't it?
Ah.
Oh, special effect.
Now then.
Now you know why we got them free.
Yes.
There's the bee.
Primitive.
How did they do that? Now that
He's
is
got it
clever.
all in his hands
Is that
and
done
his
with
arms.
CGI?
And a little bit of gristle.
Yeah.
You'd better have a mighty damn fine explanation for what you've just done, Miladio.
I merely converted your projection unit from soft light to hard light.
Hard light.
I've got a body? I can touch? Feel?
Puncture repair kit on standby, sir. I created the hard light drive many years ago.
Many years ago. He's done everything.
I was incredibly
You, my
drunk.
friend, are
You
listening.
might think it was me in Crossroads, but...
You are in pain. Here.
No, just a bit of Bangalore belly.
No, it is something more serious. May I?
Okay.
Oh, this is horrible, this. Oh, look at that.
Ah, yes.
Look at those little pubes they give me above my belly button.
Your appendix. As I thought, you were on the verge of peritonitis.
Cheers, man.
You know what?
As well.
You should have ate a bit of it. That's what you should have done. You should have taken a chunk out of it.
That would have been on the cutting room floor, sir.
And in need of nourishment. Come, let us
What
dine.
was this top of his
is your
head
name?
tube made out
I
of?
think.
Call me
I don't know.
That's an old...
I think if you heat up
fuel
one
bit
of
of
Hose?
Oh, bit of old fuel hose from a Cortina, isn't it?
Forgotten to paint the inside of it, I think. Look again.
Years ago, I was...
Yeah, it's green on the outside. And...
Oh, hang on, it's been tucked in now. You noticed that?
Yeah, slight change there. Slight
Yeah.
change there for the observant.
Oh, Chris, you're so observant, mate.
Like Herman Munster's stuntman doesn't mean to say I...
Because I look like Herman Munster's stunt.
Hold on a minute.
See, that's been tucked in there,
Yeah, it
I
has.
think.
Yeah,
Bobby,
tucked in that
Bobby.
first shot.
That suit
Yeah.
looks like a different colour.
Well,
It
it's
looks
much
grey
lighter
again.
there, yeah. But it was sort of a grey. It was like a silvery grey.
Yeah, but it
Your pleasure and pain
it
responses
looks
remain
positively jet black in those other scenes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. His cellular structure is unique. Genetic strands I've never seen before. Part living tissue, part mechanical.
We've got to persuade him to come with us. He'll get us back to Earth in weeks. And what a team we'd make. Legion with his scientific
dear.
genius, intellect, culture, and sophistication. And us with...
Us with our red alert bulb. Let's flag down a black cab and head for Real Street here.
Oh, dear.
Can you see him joining in on our late night sessions of pin the pointy stick on the weather gale?
Craig,
Once he's signed
didn't
up...
you
and we're
lose
off to
that
the
hat?
It'll be too late for him to change his mind.
Oh, did you?
All we have to
Did
do
I?
is create
Yeah.
a facade that we're not the uncouth
Yeah.
morons you
And
are.
you
during the show,
and
though.
you
I'll
had
tell
one
you
that
why.
led with it, right?
Because if you look at that one,
Yeah.
it's got badges on it.
And they all had badges on.
How
No.
absolutely divine, Legion.
Yeah, look.
Although I must say, our souls are already gorged, fit to burst with the feast of art.
Now,
laid
did we
out
shoot
on
this in front of the audience, do you think, the Mimosi Matter paddles? Or was this
Yeah.
done? Was this a pre
Some of it was done
I think some of
pre-recorded.
it's pre-recorded, actually.
Yeah.
Some of it.
All the bits were smashing
The food stuff we must have done.
vase and
Yeah.
the food stuff we did. And because we had some split screen stuff on this, didn't we?
Oh, there's a really good film title in this as well, if I remember.
It's bold, stark,
Revenge of the Surfboarding Killer Bikini Vampire Girls.
Vampire Girls.
Yes.
Lovely car
I
crash,
couldn't
that.
buy it then.
Not really. I needed to turn the lights on and off.
It's a pity, because if it wasn't a light switch, in many ways it could be considered a masterpiece.
Crichton, please join us. Mimosian cuisine is quite acceptable for mechanoids. Indeed. It has long been a dream of mine to sample its unique flavors. Let the meal begin. I'm sorry, of course. Not all of you can use Mimosian antimatter chopsticks. I'm fully versed.
Now, Mimosian Matter paddles. No, these are Mimosian... No, what are they called?
Chopsticks?
Mimosian things with batteries and
Yes.
handles.
Yeah,
weren't
they broke quite easily, I seem to remember.
Mercurian boomerang spoon.
Do you remember in
Ah, the
there's,
Mercurian,
there's
yeah.
an outtake where he actually switches it on and it just drops off
Yes.
the end. This one here.
Use them all the time. Can't even remember what a fork looks like.
Don't let a few congealed custard stains down Lister's long johns delude you into thinking we're not sophisticated.
This is the bit when you switched yours on, it fell off.
Yeah, I break every prop.
The trick is, of course, to never, ever, under any circumstances, to allow live sticks to touch. But of course, we all know that.
Big lump of hair.
I know, look. So stupid. That's so
It was
stupid.
fun to do that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I remember that. Great fun.
Oh, not off for you, man.
You got it in the neck in this one, didn't you, Chris?
Oh, Chris really got it. Now you suddenly become hard light. There's always a downside.
But
Yeah, props. I wasn't used to props.
Yeah.
They only give you a hard light drive so they can throw things at you.
Exactly.
Creating a reverse field. Try and keep the electron flow in the same direction.
Oh, well, yeah. Well done. Good point.
Yeah, you see.
Damn stuff.
Good point, well made.
See that picture of the face? I've got that in my garage.
Have you?
Yeah.
I never thought to nick any of those things. How'd you get it in the back of the taxi?
I don't know how I got it home, actually.
Sir, the glass is fixed to the table. It's Mimosian telekinetic wine.
Oh, yeah, fuck.
well,
Silly
yeah,
me.
I've forgotten all about this bit.
You simply will the wine into your mouth.
Ethically decide on its flavor.
It was a brilliant idea, though, wasn't it? What a completely daft thing.
Now, you
So-
spat that out.
I must have done. That was a reverse,
yeah,
wasn't it? Yeah.
So, what is a nebula, Bob?
And then
Quite a technique, really,
what is
to
a
have an Mimosian meal, wasn't it? Really?
No wonder they're all really thin.
there's a nice bit of special effects. So this is what those guys did.
yeah.
Swallowing it.
I have 3 times.
Is that stain still on the painting?
No, it's not, actually. It came out.
Trust me, there really is no need.
Have you got that painting?
May
Yeah.
I be frank?
How big
It's
is it?
not often we meet an
quite big.
individual who we feel could improve our already pretty damn fine top-notch team. But in you, we feel we have. In all our travels, we've met precisely 31 individuals, 3-1. And we've never felt moved to invite a single one to join our crew. True, most of them wanted in some way to suck out our brains. Or erase us from history altogether. But nevertheless,
I love
they
these
still
speeches, Chris,
weren't
because I
wrong.
could
love
just
them.
sit there and listen to them. Wonderful.
And they're always funnier when you've got food on your shoulder.
Yeah.
You've got to do an army movie, Second World War, sir. Come on, chaps.
I didn't love learning them.
No,
but I love
no.
delivering them.
Sir, don't crush the chopsticks.
That was the crew having great fun.
It was, wasn't it?
Mr. Rimmer, I am moved by the eloquence of your invitation, but it is quite
Quite
impossible.
Stephen Fry-like, his voice,
Yes.
isn't it? Stephen was busy, I think. He couldn't do it.
He put you off.
Is there nothing we can do to change your mind? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Then I'm afraid we must bid you farewell. We have a long journey ahead of us. Nonsense. You have no journey at all, my friends. I insist you stay here with me. You will be my
Chris'
honored
tagline's
guests.
good on this.
From now until the day you die.
32.
This will be your cell, Dave.
Look
Now
at
this was because this is again Andy Demony, wasn't it? Directed this, and Justin Judd, of course, was the producer. Who, at the time, Chris, you may not remember it now, but you did do, I think, one of your finest impersonations. Everyone thought you were Justin when you did him.
Did they?
Yeah.
Although I'm about 4 foot shorter than
Yes,
he
that's
was.
true. Yes, he was an unfeasibly tall man.
What had Justin done before? Was it Spitting Image or something?
Being a lawyer?
Yeah, I'm sure he must have been a
Ideally
lawyer.
suited
He
to,
must have been. He must be. He's a
running
barrister
a
now,
production
surely.
floor at a television company.
Was he a barrister or something?
I don't know. He sounded like one, didn't he? He looked like one. I'd have trusted him in court, definitely.
And indulge any fantasy you
I couldn't wear that. I wouldn't have worn that suit.
No,
I'd
that
have said,
wasn't.
Howard, take
Yeah.
it away and bring
Yeah.
from me something decent.
Yes. It didn't really do a lot for him, did it, Paul?
I don't do spandex.
in the morning. Now, you must excuse me. They are falling asleep. I must go.
Nice guitar.
Goodness me.
Yeah,
Look,
bro.
oh,
Flares a bit, but
Yeah.
white out.
Oh, nice
Now
space station.
that's a model, wasn't it?
That's
Yeah,
a
that
model.
was a model. In fact, that model, I
That
can
was a
tell you, was
model.
made by
Why is he so obsessed
Matchbox.
with fulfilling every desire?
Nick Cool, which is a very cool name to have
Nick
if you're
Cool?
a model maker. Nick Cool made that.
Oh, that's a copy of Lakeside, isn't it, or something?
The Lakeside Shopping Centre.
That can only be that or
cool
Whiteley's.
with a K.
Cool with a K, yeah.
Oh no, let's be really cool. Yeah, we'd have sort of a Lakeside in space.
Accommodation, excellent.
The
food,
interior
first-class
model
resident
set
hotel,
was built by
case
Mike
considered
Tucker.
Yes, well, we know
Cycle
Mike.
ratings
Yeah,
got
he did a very good job.
4.5 chainsaws.
Mike,
It must have been nice of them, because normally they had like 5 milk crates and a bit of black paint, and this time they could actually sort of go to town, couldn't they? This is very posh,
We are
this
still
set.
prisoners, and with every second that passes, we lose yet more ground on Red Dwarf.
You're right, Crite.
the old
Listen, that's got a sort of different feel to this, all the sort of
Yeah.
Legion-y music and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
What do we know about this Johnny? And why is he so keen on keeping us happy?
Is it possible that our well-being is in some way linked to his own?
What, you mean like
See,
these
plot's
feeding
coming
off-
out
See,
now.
yeah, now Crichton works it out, see? Yeah.
Starts plotting.
I've got gloves on in this. I don't
Exposition.
remember wearing gloves before.
Oh,
In a show.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
Got me old
I think I've
Liz
got a way
Taylor's
out
on.
of here.
There we go.
Has anyone
Bright
seen
idea.
Revenge of the Surfboarding Killer Bikini Vampire Girls?
I've got it on DVD now.
Slipped us by.
Just come out.
Well, there's this one scene with a good-looking, unconventional female.
Mind you, the commentary track on that's pretty ropey.
On what?
On these surfboarding killer bikini vampire girls.
Yeah?
The DVD, yeah. It's not very good.
And she came up with this truly award-winning escape plan.
Ah, Legion.
We have considered our position and have decided our best option is to make a new life here with you.
You truly believed I would be deceived by the schlock plan
Cold
from
it's.
Revenge of the Surfboarding Killer Bikini Vampire Girls.
Ah. Ah, that's right. Do you remember having to do that shot? That was hard.
Oh, yeah.
That wasn't easy either.
Oh, that kind of thing.
Now look what you made me do.
Blimey.
Yeah, do you remember that shot? It took hours.
Yeah.
What the hell are you, buddy?
Crichton knows.
I do?
You suspect.
I do?
that
Scooby-Doo.
Oh. Not a single creature, but a combination of individuals.
A combination of
together to form one. My name is Legion, for we are many.
What? You're us? All four of us? Oh, combined.
Now, he
You
has to
get
be
a glimpse of the side of his face, didn't you, though?
Yeah. Of his real face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Was that meant to happen?
I don't know.
Should suppose not, because he's a
Yeah,
combination of the four of us.
Created from us. If we leave, you cease to be.
Without you, my friends, I am quite literally nothing.
So if he's us, he can't hurt us, right?
Wrong. But this is insane. Hurting us is hurting yourself. Our pain is your pain.
Crichton, you forget. Not only do I possess your combined intellects and memories, I also share the sum of your malice and rage and anger, magnified many times. I'm capable of quite insanely irrational behavior.
Oh, my God.
Watch.
A bit painful, that
The
one.
hint of insurrection, and the scalpel ends up here.
That kind of tough talk doesn't scare us.
Yes, it does!
Ah, the old chorus reply.
Classic chorus reply there.
Time to perfection, Chris.
My first incarnation. I was host to the 5 most brilliant minds.
Now,
of
ain't all these people that everyone
They
thought
were
were really fit?
experimenting in collective intelligence.
We used their
I
names.
tell you what, though, he must have been a little
Yeah, we used
bit...
their names.
You know what? Oh, yes.
Yeah, listen to the names, yeah.
Extraordinary.
But all too soon, old age began to kill.
Though, isn't it? It's later on when we find out their names.
Yeah, it was like,
Yeah.
wasn't it Davro and
Yeah, but it was-
Quail and things like that?
Yeah, but, I mean, you know, this is probably Nigel's biggest television role since Crossroads, and no one can see his face.
Yeah, I know.
It's a lot. He got a lot of dialogue.
A lot of dialogue.
A hell
And he
of a
did
lot
it
of dialogue.
really well as well.
Yeah,
a
he
lot
did
of
very
complicated
well.
dialogue.
But you know what? They'd like to, to have us believe that he has no feelings whatsoever and is absolutely happy with 59 pages
Thanks,
and not
mate, Robert.
being seen. Look. Oh, and now he's going mad now watching it. When the DVD comes out. Why? That should have been my face, like the guy in Star Wars. What's his name?
Good fall,
Hey, not straight head back, Chris.
Now, this hurt, didn't it, Chris? I remember whacking you with these
Those
things.
wax
God.
vases really
They were
do
hard.
hurt.
Yeah.
You unconscious using the Ionian nerve grip.
It's not an Ionian nerve grip. That's smashing me over the head with a vase.
There's no such thing as an Ionian nerve grip. Now stand still while I hit you. Your hard light drive's tougher than Vindaloo mutton. This'll do the trick.
Serious.
A big piece of foam. Yeah.
For God's sake, if you want a job doing properly, do it yourself.
It's the music in the background.
That was my phone.
Oh, was it?
No, it ain't.
It is.
Is it?
Yeah, it's my phone in my pocket.
I was going to say, no one could have put that kind of
Did it
naff
hurt?
music on a
I can't
show.
remember if it...
It was hurting towards the
I
end,
think
wasn't it?
somewhere in there there was
some pain.
There was some
Real
pain,
pain.
yeah.
Right, got it. Turn off my light, B.
I can't, sir. I can't penetrate hard light. You'll have to extract it yourself.
Why didn't you think of that right at the beginning?
Now we are even. I am merely you. Stalemate. Not so. Since the only ingredients in your psyche are mine, you are now incapable of malice. And because a human life takes precedent over the life of any mechanical, you are in fact compelled to assist our safe passage to Starbug. As long as the others remain unconscious...
Well done, Bob. Lots of learning here for you there.
Well, a little bit there, yeah.
Let's just put our feet up and watch this classic.
Oh, I love that sound effect.
You take the cat, I'll take Mr. Lister. In many ways, I am relieved.
Look at this, another classic split screen there.
Their neurosis, their strange drives. Returning to a limbo state of non-existence seems like promotion. One last thing. In your original incarnation, when you were composed of all those great minds, did you ever develop anything which might assist our pursuit of Red Dwarf?
There we go.
There you go. We're leaving Lakeside. Just seen the match. Darts final.
Ah, this is very good, this little gag at the end.
No reason why not, sir. All test bear out, it is indeed a
Now, where was this shot? Was this wasn't shot in the studio, was it?
This is Shepperton, isn't it?
I don't think it was.
Yeah, back at Shepperton this was, yeah.
Yeah, but it's bound to go wrong, isn't it?
Sir?
It always does
Sounds
for
a bit
us every
echoey, doesn't
time.
it?
Yeah, that's what I'm
He's
wondering.
right. There isn't a dog in hell's chance this star drive is actually going to work.
Sirs, haven't we learned over the
No,
past
it was
2
definitely
days
Shepperton
that
in the
if
back.
you're
Right at the back of the studio in the right-hand corner.
Shepperton's got this unique sound,
Yeah.
doesn't it?
There are no boundaries to what we can achieve. Now, this star drive is going to work. Do we believe?
Do you remember that?
I do remember this sequence. It's funny the bits you remember, isn't it? I remember this really well. And there's some bits
That bit I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember this at all.
Do you not remember this?
No. Not that bit, anyway. I mean, whatever.
Okay, so I do remember
Look,
that.
watch the forward roll. Watch
There's
the roll.
some classic
Look,
rolling here.
Look,
Wow, brilliant.
look, look,
The old wind machine.
look,
Well, we know one thing, sir. What's that? It does work.
look, watch.
Ah, the Danny roll.
Hey?
What a classic. I do remember that. I do remember that those last 2 scenes I've got very clear memories of.
Crank, that's what you call a ham roll.
That was a ham roll.
That was a ham roll.
That was a ham roll.
Da, da, da,
Da, da, da. Cressida.
Great, you remember Cressida?
Rocket. Ah.
Yeah, Rocket.
Who was he?
Di. Console operator was Di, we remember him.
Di.
Oh, yeah.
Who's Springer Horrell?
Oh, Graham, we
Graham,
know Graham.
yeah, we know
Rena, there's
Rena.
Rena Constantine.
Christina Moses. Howard Bird.
Andrea and Louise.
Makeup.
Who's Andrea Bennell?
She was makeup.
Andrea
lovely.
Pennell is that
Lovely
girl
Andy.
who's done all the Harry Potter movies.
Done all the
Who was
Harry Potter
Andy
movies.
de Emily?
I told you. They're all divas, man.
They're all deep.
If you say anyone that's been on Red Dwarf, you will see a thriving career.
Apart from whom?
Apart from... Hello, TV land. This is Danny John Jules. It's Red Dwarf. It's Series 6. And it's Gunman of the Apocalypse.
Well introduced, Dan.
Is that beautifully done, Chris? Wasn't that wonderful?
Beautiful. We can all learn something there.
Listen, Brett Riverboat.
Well, of course.
I mean,
Dangerous Dan McGrew.
Dangerous Dan McGrew.
I was just a bloody knife man.
Who were you?
The drunk
You
sheriff.
were a great knife
The
man,
bum.
though, Greg.
The bum. I was the bum.
I wanted to be the gunslinger.
Yeah,
Now
but
you can do the
get a bit of
knife.
work.
Craig,
Now you did get some. You
I
get
got
some
snogged
kissing.
though. I got a bit of action.
You did get a bit of
got
kissing.
got a bit of
you got a
interracial,
ride in that
black
amazing
and white,
car.
black and white.
Oh.
See, I've got a bit of black and white going on.
Yeah.
Maybe it's the moonlight.
Look at him, eh?
Looking pretty good for a corpse.
Philip, I can explain everything.
Let me save you the trouble.
He's in his element there, look.
It was you, planned Pallister's made it, but your twin sister Maxine squibbed him off.
You think you
I
are.
look good in black and white,
You do
mate.
look very good in black and white.
Hell yeah.
Night.
Just call me Humph.
Now, is this
I was thinking just
is
more
this,
bogey.
is this Imogen Bain, the young lady here?
Jennifer Calvert.
Jennifer
Is it Jennifer
Calvert.
Calvert?
I worked with that young lady in
Yeah,
Spats.
I've seen her in a lot of things.
Yeah, she was in Spats.
She was, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She was the manageress of the Burger Bar.
What a kiss. Oh, Craig.
Oh,
I never got to do that.
Lovely
Yeah,
music.
Look. Oh. Look.
Now I get to be gratuitous.
Isn't this supposed to be a 15?
Come and take a look at this.
I'm trying to get a bra off, thank God.
Steady.
Look at that tongue.
I can lick my eyebrows clean.
I want you, Loretta.
Daddy.
I want your body next to mine. I want you like you were that Tuesday night. Kiss me.
Oh, dear.
Honestly, you haven't been out.
Can you imagine him on a Saturday night coming home from the pub?
I bet, look, some good tongue work going on there, lad.
Oh, look.
I don't understand.
It's simple, Loretta. This isn't real. It's an AR computer simulation game. I was supposed to hand you over to the cops and wind up with a goody-goody heroin. I've played it before. It's just that you drive me wild.
Oh, dear.
Go on, lad. Go on, lad.
When, can someone tell me when Red Dwarf's going to start? Eh?
I think we should have shot the whole thing.
We're doing a little pilot for a spin-off.
Someone said we're doing the commentary of Red Dwarf, not the life and times of Craig Baskerville or whatever his name is.
Craig David, mate.
Craig David, that's it.
Is it? Oh,
it's going for
to watch this.
Oh, look at a third helping.
Crichton's getting involved.
Yeah, thanks, Crichton.
Choose your character.
I never got scenes like that.
Honestly, I just want to talk to him. No, anything. Sammy the Squib, crack shot with Tommy gun. Engage. Oh, it's so frivolous.
I like those goggles.
I love the tash.
There you go.
Very good.
Is it a moustache?
A little moustache.
Oh, wait, we go. There we go.
Look at that.
Hi, Crichton. What are you doing here? Sir, I've just got...
Classic look down the road.
No, with that moustache, you know, I look alarmingly like my old dad. He dressed like that all the time. He was very snappy dresser, he was.
We wandered accidentally into a...
Did he often put that rubber hat on his head?
He had very chiselled features in his youth.
Do you know you look like? Lord Lucan.
It could be where Lord Lucan ended up.
It is a Lucan moustache, definitely.
It is, isn't it?
Very popular of the day.
I'll come away with you, Sammy. It'll be just like the old days. I never stopped loving you, Sammy. Kiss me.
You're trash, aren't you?
I'm programmed to be trash.
And, Bobby, did you know she's Canadian as well?
I never thought women were any good for me, Crichton. It's either heartbreakers or moral garbage on legs.
Sir, you have to turn off the AR console. We have to close down and continue on silent running in order to avoid detection.
Now that's confidence.
There we go. You see.
That's confidence, boy.
Yeah, there was no idiot boards there.
No
Couldn't see him in that
boards.
night. Can't see him in black and white.
I'm gonna be in a scene with a Canadian, and she's gonna be bemused by my fantastic accent.
Yeah.
Yes.
Crichton, you're a total gooseberry. Next time I play on the AR machine, I'm going to give you some money, send you the pictures.
Send you the pictures.
Now, there's a classic.
Send you the pictures.
Isn't it? We suddenly jolt back to the 50s, don't we?
Send you the pictures. Toffee apple. Candy floss.
I'll keep my nose peeled.
Looking very red
Very
in the
good
cockpit
turn there,
don't you think?
Chris. You know,
Very good.
You could just have turned, couldn't you? I mean, a lot of other actors would just have turned. They go, I leave now. I turn.
but
no.
Chris needed the despair. The despair in there was like.
Everybody knows you only use the AR machine to have sex.
That is not true.
Yes, my turn there was almost like, sorry to dwell on it. I know it's 5 years
dwell on
since it
that.
happened. But is Dirk Bogarde in The Servant?
Well, I
Yes.
thought very male modelly, actually. Very
Classic bit of
catwalky.
Dirk.
Next time you see it, there's almost a bit of a sort of tilt of the head.
There was, wasn't there? Yeah.
They give you a hard light drive so you could do anything with your hands. What you do, you put them on your hips. What's going on, lad?
No better place for them.
Yeah, a bit of Montgomery Cliff going on there.
Unfortunately, they weren't on anyone else's hips.
Yes.
Yet.
Yeah. For that jailbait ball girl.
Here's another total lie. She's not jailbait, she's 17.
Lister, she's a computer sprite, and surely that's the point. She's just a load of pixels.
Yeah? But what pixels?
Ooh.
It's all the hullabaloo. We've wandered into rogue simulant country.
Rogue simulant country. How come we've never heard of that before?
Some of them escaped the dismantling program.
A pointer as to where the plot's going next.
I say we should
Crichton pushing us on there.
and flee from the zone.
Give up the chase. You're kidding. Wait, my nose is getting something.
Powering up.
Scanners report a battle-class cruiser on intercept.
It's rogue simulants, all right.
Yeah, because we
Ah, look at that.
Oh, now there's a ship.
Yeah, why don't we get one like that?
Isn't it? That's another model.
Fine
Was
model
it? That was a
shots,
model
yes.
ship? Oh, thank you for reminding me of that. So I could have gone straight into the CGI land then and been completely wrong.
Didn't even know they'd met him.
was it this series that my new nose equipment came on?
I think so, yeah. You had a lot of nose work in this one.
I acquired a very sensitive nose.
Ah, no, this is Dennis.
That's Dennis Lill, yeah.
Dennis Lill.
Who's the least human looking?
Well,
Listy, the mic's all yours.
wait a minute. I've got an idea.
Ah,
Stop.
no, this was classic, wasn't it? This was classic.
Oh, is this the chin acting?
Yeah, yeah.
Isn't it?
This is Vindaloo.
Vindaloo and Bingy Budgie.
Bindi Budgie and Vindaloo.
State your species and purpose.
Well, with Dennis and you, Bobby, it looks like the Battle of the Moustaches, mate. It's, you know, big boys in boots or...
Yeah.
Coming.
I am Tarkadal.
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 Scanners reported human life on your vessel. Is this so?
Actress.
Yeah, now who's that?
Liz Hickley.
That's Liz Hickley.
All humans.
She was Natalie in 10%.
And she was also in Riverworld, which I didn't realise.
I think you'll see there's a little bit of an electronic, an electronic boost.
Exterminate them all.
Right.
Oh, I licked my eyeball.
Rest until that task is completed. Lister?
Remember, it took ages keeping
Oh,
them bloody
to get those
eyes.
things
The
on
eyes
there,
kept
and then
falling
give
off
them
our
back-
chins.
Yeah. And then for me to hold them without
This one.
opening my eyes.
You remember that
That was,
outtake?
I think that was a very subtle double take there. You know, I didn't want to go over
That
the
was
top.
a quadruple take.
A mechanoid who was a slave to humans. I had hoped for so much more.
I've no idea who you are. But boarding this vessel...
Plentiful moustache.
Yeah.
That's a big old moustache.
He's got double eyebrows.
And as prisoners of war, I invoke the All
Are you
Nations
going to do the
Agreement,
salute now,
Article
Chris?
number
I don't know.
39436175.
I think he does.
932-B.
Correct.
Yeah, definitely reading that.
932-B. All nations attending the conference are only allocated one car parking space. Is that entirely relevant, sir? I mean, here we are in mortal danger, and you're worried about the Chinese
Rivers get
delegates
over, look at
bringing
that.
2 cars.
Let it go.
Can't you let just one go? We're talking about the right of POWs to non-violent constraint.
Well, that's 7580932-C, sir.
It's embarrassing as much as anything else. Here you are totally humiliating me in front of this xenophobic, genocidal maniac. No offense.
No thanks.
Primitive. You'll be no sport at all. I have no alternative.
Oh.
Wasn't very
Very
nice.
Nasty. No, he wasn't a very nice chap, was he?
Are they dead? No.
How long have we been out?
According to the Navicom, 3 weeks.
Strange. The drive interface has been upgraded.
Ah, that's right. He upgraded the ship for a bit of hunting
This
sport.
readout's correct. We're armed. Laser cannons.
Look,
They've totally upgraded the whole ship.
look at this.
They've even got rid of the squeak on the
People should
seat
do that with
control.
antelopes. Give them cars and things like that.
Yeah, they should, shouldn't they?
Deer, yeah.
Yeah, if they had a 4-wheel drive
Yeah.
and guns, that would make good sport. Yeah, chase one of them, you're in a lot of trouble.
Let's get out of here.
Wait, I know this game. It's called Cat and Mouse. And there's only one way to win. Don't be the mouse. What are you saying?
Good line there,
Saying
Dan.
mouse never
Don't be
wins.
the mouse.
Unless you believe those lying cartoons. We don't run, we strike. It's the last thing they'll be expecting.
No, the last thing they'll be expecting is for us to turn into ice-skating mongooses and dance the bolero.
You stepped all over me there, Chris boy.
Talk about coming in with the woofer.
I say go with it.
Agreed.
Look, I know, but I have
Wanna
to
go
come
with one
back.
of my plans?
Yeah.
Are you nuts? What happens if we all get killed? I'll never hear the last of it.
Chris forced me to come back there. He had, you know, because, you know, the guy literally slaughtered me in the middle of my own scenes. You know.
A rarity.
Take them with us. Can't return fire. Back into the navigation computer. Transmit the Armageddon virus.
The Armageddon virus.
The Navicom, something's wrong.
Oh, press some buttons.
See you in Silicon Hell.
Shut down all network links.
There's no such thing as Silicon Hell.
There must be.
Where do all the calculators go?
Well, if you define trouble as a rather large moon directly in our path, about 38 minutes.
Sir, the only solution is for me to contract the virus myself, analyze its structure, and attempt to create a software antidote before it wipes out my core program. Do I have your permission to sacrifice myself, sirs?
Do lemmings like cliffs? Granted.
I'm going to have to create a Dove
You're a
program.
weasel of a man.
A Dove program spreads peace through the system, obliterating the viral cells as it goes.
Some lines there again.
Yeah,
a lot
some
of
good
exposition for Robert there.
And some flashy special effects there.
I will have to dedicate all
Bit
my
of a flare off your
Yeah.
flat screen.
shutting down all
Bit
non-essential
of hard work at the office that day, Bob.
Was tough, yeah.
Is there anything we can do? Can we help?
Watch.
You were living in Shepperton while we were filming this as well. You got yourself a
Yeah,
little flat,
my
didn't
little
you?
flat in Sheppo. Yeah.
Went home like a sad, lonely man.
I did.
Learning your lines.
Wearing out the kitchen floor.
Eating TV dinners.
Yeah.
Craig, I think you had a Flounder Shepherd, Tony, a couple of years later, didn't you?
A couple of years later, but mine wasn't even in Shepperton, it was in Addleston.
Ah, now there's
Which was just as hard to get from
as anywhere else.
This was the Emmy-winning
This is the show that won the Emmy
won
in
the
New
Emmy.
York.
It won an Emmy, did it, this
I
one?
went there with Rob Grant on the plane.
We weren't even invited. In fact, we weren't even told.
They didn't want you to know.
We weren't even told.
Rob rang me. But this is the last series Rob did, wasn't it? This is the last Grant Naylor production.
Ah, it could have been a ploy then.
It could have been.
Yeah. You could have been.
Addleston's one of those places you'd never know it existed unless you were travelling by train.
Yes.
Why is it on a train line, is it?
A bit like Bedouin.
Is it? They've got a tribe, haven't they?
The Bedouin, all right.
The Bedouin tribe.
They're a
I
tribe.
don't think
Yeah,
it's
they make
spelled
lovely carpets.
E-D-D-W-Y-N.
Here we go.
Let's
Here we go.
think about Red Dwarf, yeah.
Oh yeah. A bit of shash.
Here we go.
We're in
Cowboy land.
Yeah, mate.
High
High
Look at
midnight.
that stagecoach. Who'd know that was right next to Brands Hatch motor racing circuit? No one.
Honestly, I wouldn't mind going and living in that little
It
village
was
for a while.
fantastic, wasn't it?
Yeah. They were all like lawyers and dentists, weren't they? And then they used to
Yeah.
spend the weekends there doing cowboy stuff.
Program's coping with the battle against the virus. For whatever reason, it's converted the struggle into some kind of dream.
Oh, there we go. In the bar.
Sheriff.
Well, Sheriff.
Fancy seeing a man of your sober disposition in a low
Steve Devereaux.
Is that Steve? That's good.
Now, boys, I don't want any trouble. I'm just doing my rounds.
Oh, God.
What a cod fall.
You should not have done that, Jimmy.
You should not have done that, Jimmy.
Everybody moves back.
Here we go.
Here we
mate.
go, the big shootout.
Why don't you try it, Sheriff? They say you used to be faster than a toilet stop in rattlesnake country. Sorry,
Yeah,
I tripped
boy.
over your boot there, Mr. Jimmy, sir. Didn't mean any harm by it. Give me 2 fingers of your best sipping liquor, Miss Lola. Make it sipping liquor stuff. The stuff where you get your eyesight back after 2 days. Guaranteed. The apocalypse
She was good.
She was good with the
She was
cork
really
in the
funny.
mouth.
He's asking for
What's
you,
her name?
Sheriff. I'll be right out.
Bit of mind sweep.
Ah, that was lovely stuff. Oh, here they are. Now, these are the classic stunt horses that weren't scared of gunfire, weren't they?
That's right.
Oh, this is
Until they started shooting.
Isn't this the one where I slapped Chris's horse?
Yes. Oh, God, we had such fun on the horses. And Chris was saying, where's the
Chris
steering
was
wheel?
spitting sacks.
I prefer motorbikes.
Well, I was the first person on the horse. It was the only time I was ever on set early.
That's right.
Boys, how can I be of service?
The horses weren't that happy.
Oh, they
about
did.
that,
They all
were
ran off the first time, didn't they? They were really amazing.
Well,
They're amazing horses.
They're
they were.
American trained horses.
Yeah, they were stunt.
A
They were
complete-
stunt horses.
English guys get on that and they won't move.
No.
Because it's all a different
And
thing.
the saddle was
they
different,
ride
wasn't
with
it?
the feet, didn't they?
Yeah.
You know,
It's all with the feet. I've
all
learned
with
to
the
ride
feet.
in America now, so I know how to do it now, but I didn't then.
He's losing the battle.
I like the American saddle myself.
It's very comfy. It's like sitting in an armchair, isn't it?
There's some way we can get in there and help him. Somehow
Well, I had a time of my life riding that horse.
That was fun.
I got on it at first. I didn't even go to breakfast. I just ran straight to the stable.
Well, we
got
all
on the
did.
horse, came bounding down the town, and Rob and Doug were literally crying.
Yeah.
You know, there's literally tears coming down their faces when I came down in my costume, riding the horse, bounding through the town.
What, crying for the insurance?
No, well, yeah, there was. My God, he's gonna fall, and the whole show's gonna have to be scrapped.
There's some great still pictures of Rob and Doug on this set. You remember, all wrapped up, and so, you know, sort of all completely caked in sort of down coats, going, yeah.
Oh, they love it.
Looks pony. It is a pony, Rob. Yeah, it looks pony.
Out of your hard light drive. Come on, guys, let's get these wagons rolling.
No, Rob.
Right, we're going in. We're going in.
Pony is a pony.
Hey, the A-team are arriving.
Hey, here we
Safe
go.
Crichton, sorry ass.
Our Western game.
Oh, here you go. Here's your
Oh,
character coming up.
this is a good bit. I like this.
I had to be the knife
The
man.
Riviera Kid, special skills, ace gunslinger. Rims
I love that little move.
dangerous.
Even though I said
Dangerous Dan McGrew.
Look, watch Chris's one. Look, it always comes up. Look.
Leaves me with Brett Riverboat.
There we go.
Knife man. And we definitely can't get hurt.
We definitely
It's
can't
a
get
normal
hurt.
computer game. You can get out at any time. There's a button on the inside of your glove. When you want to get out, Just clap. Okay, Riviera? Okay, Dangerous? Well, let's mosey on into town.
This is classic.
And you got to ride then,
Look,
didn't you? Because
this is fun. It's good. It was just...
Come on, look at the Riviera.
Oh, my God.
No, it was such fun, wasn't it, to be allowed to do that? Great. You can dress up like cowboys.
It's the cat, though, the Mexican, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fantastic. No, it was brilliant casting.
There's nothing else it
Look
could
at
have
that
been.
costume.
The 2 guns and look.
I've seen westerns. Cowboy. Leave the talking to me.
Look. This is so classic.
Dry white wine and Perrier, please. And what about you two chaps?
Remember, what westerns have you seen? Butcher Accountant and the Yuppie Kid.
Leave this to me. This sounds like one for the Riviera Kid.
So much ham on a screen.
It was, wasn't there? Yeah.
Isn't it? It's not even been boned. 3 shots of gulping whiskey, man.
Listen, they said they wanted salad in it.
3 shots of gulping look how she does the 3 shots of gulping. That is classic. Brilliant.
She's done her homework.
She had, didn't she?
Mighty smooth. I was expecting something with a little more kick to it.
Hey?
Very good, Dave.
Hey?
I'll take that as a no, then.
Listen, if you let your guard down once in this show, you were lost, boy. I tell you, you'd have walked... Look. When you've got the legendary Monk Barry on such
he was the Greek
devastating
guy.
form.
Lock, stock, and two smoking barrels.
Wasn't he? Genius. He was such a nice bloke.
Yeah.
Huge guy. And I saw him a few weeks ago, so he's a really nice man.
A man beans up in the hat of Bear Strangler McGee.
This.
Either mighty brave or mighty stupid.
Which one are you,
Which are you, boy?
Sorry, what were the choices again?
You'll have to forgive my friend. He's a couple of gunmen short of a posse.
Oh, a couple of gunmen short of a posse.
Right, a line.
Now, what about the insult?
Okay, you're a fat bearded git with breath at the Take a lot, man.
Couldn't even get the gag out.
What's wrong with you? Relax. You said yourself, Lister, no one can hurt us. Besides, you're forgetting. I'm Dangerous Dan McGrew, bare fist fighter extraordinaire.
There's a little bit of Ronald in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, a bit of Ronald Reagan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Trouble it was, and he was acting with a chimp as well.
One bottle of my water.
Trading in your shooting irons?
No use to me. I got the shake so bad I'm like a couple of porcupines on their wedding night.
Carrots?
I'm throwing in my mule dignity.
Mr. Sad Git or what? Bobby mixing the Texan and Canadian there.
Yeah, it's all over. It's basically, it was sort of central south United States. Anyway, you care to just throw a dart at a map. It'll be close.
Alabama.
Yeah.
Bit of Alabama mixed with a bit of New York.
You're trying to create a Dove program. Some kind of software antidote to wipe it out.
I'll drink to that.
Listen to him, Punched. The virus is winning. You gotta get your head together and start fighting it.
Oh! Want a drink, Sheriff? Huh?
Hold on. It's the cowboy with a French name. Is it Devereaux?
Steve Devereaux, yeah.
What's he done since, Henry?
Oh, he's done a bit of
Steve Devereaux.
No, I don't know.
Little bit of a...
Yeah, I'm sure he has. Yeah.
He was good.
He was very good in this, yeah.
Well, Death played Alan in Only Fools and Horses.
Yeah.
He plays Death, didn't he? He was in Batman as well.
Oh, that's right. Oh, here's the old knives in the wall gag.
Look, it's... Round of applause.
Yeah.
Nope. Line his lungs with lead.
Here comes the Riviera.
They call me the Kid. The Riviera Kid.
Well, Riviera Kid, let's see if your shooting's as
Fancy as your dancing.
That's classic lines.
It took hours getting them bullets to land.
Isn't it?
We took a day.
Oh,
Gee, look at that, eh?
The Riviera Kid.
There was only one man
faultless.
who could do that better.
Exactly.
That's Sammy Davis.
Well, I think it's only as well
Sammy
as
Davis. He's the only man who could come and wear that costume.
Yeah.
And he could really work them guns. I'll tell you. And then he used to do this amazing.
And now this was extraordinary. This shot.
One take.
How the hell did that happen? Oh, look at that, Chris. Brilliant. Some good stuntmen. Oh, over they go.
Muchachos. What a load of ham, eh?
Hey, buddy! Hold it!
Now, look at that. How did we get this shot?
This is a job for the Riviera Kid. Get over there!
No, but it's the delay of the gag. Look.
Dong,
bam!
And it whacked me. I'd run all that way and it whacked me. It was extreme. It was actually quite painful, but it was very good.
It's 10 to death. Okay, we've got 10 minutes
to death.
to get him in shape. Come on.
This is crazy.
Sober him up.
That's right.
I wanted to put
eating raw
I wanted
coffee.
to put that. Sammy Davis had a line that he did after he did the twirling. Right?
What was in that coffee?
I think it was coffee. Was it? Really vile.
And he used to say, if I couldn't use them, I wouldn't wear them. And I wanted to do that. And I forgot to ask Doug.
Except for you guys, who really do exist, only you're not really here. You're really on some spaceship in the future. Hell, if that's got to make sense, I don't want to be sober.
Got his guns back. Look at the handles. They got little doves carved on them. And check this. There's no place for the bullets to go. This is it, Crichton.
That's the clue, mate.
Guns somehow.
And the cat worked it out.
Yeah.
Dove program.
Eh?
I don't know.
See? Oh, well, the
really
Riviera
don't
Kid.
know.
The
Riviera Kid.
Wait, something's coming back now. You, sir. Whenever I look at you, I get an image of curry and early morning breath that could cut through bank vaults. You, sir. There's something familiar about you, too. I get a name. Smee.
Smeghead?
That's it.
He remembers me.
This was classic, this one. It really was a good show.
This was
wasn't
a
it?
good show, yeah.
Really good.
Very good show.
Something. Oh, if only I had more time.
Well, it's what everyone dreams of doing this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, how many actors get to do a Western?
Yeah. In Kent. Not a lot. Not a lot.
Round the corner from Brands Hatch.
Yeah.
With a load of lawyers and dentists in the back of the shop.
Yeah.
It's more southwestern, really.
It's a southeastern. Ah, look at that. That was great. Yeah, Howard was really doing his stuff on this one, wasn't he?
Yeah.
A bit of
Howard Goodall.
Good old Howard.
Goodall, yeah, he locked into the theme, isn't
It's
he?
like there's lots of references to all the famous cowboy films.
Let's see if we can tip the balance a little here.
He was very good, wasn't he, Dennis? Yeah. Bit of sparkage. Ooh, special skills are raised.
What is he doing?
Hey, that sign that he held up.
Yeah.
That was the old funk.
The devil sign.
Yeah,
That was the old
devil
funk sign.
Well, it used to be originally the devil sign.
Devil,
yeah.
but we took it over in the soul days. It was like
I think Red
peace and
Dwarf.
funk.
I would think that Red Dwarf influenced the whole funk movement.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely a funk thing, man. The old rowing the boat on the floor and all that.
We put the B in bot, mate.
Oops upside your head and all that.
Yeah, we did a lot of that.
Yeah.
Mano a mano.
He learned
Yeah,
to fire eat just for this.
He wasn't a fire eater before, was he?
No, he
I
learned
realised
to do
that.
it.
He was very
Well,
good
it's
at
not
it.
that hard, though, is it? Just put a bit of petrol in your mouth and spit it in a naked flame.
Horrible.
Well, I'll
As
tell
long
you
as
what, we were
As long as
certainly
you don't
nervous
breathe in
around
again.
him,
Yeah,
I can tell you.
mustn't breathe in. It's not good for you,
He
apparently.
said, oh, don't worry, here's this guy. He's going to do some flame throwing. He's never done it before. Oh, look, Chris.
Remember, the virus has spread to the AR unit. We've lost our special skills.
Ah, no special skills.
This is...
Another episode where you get bashed on the head a lot.
Yeah. A lot in this series.
You think they're trying to tell you something?
Also, this guy, he really done it well, this guy, though.
Yeah.
Being more brave than, in fact, I am.
Wallop. It was incredible. I mean...
Sealed in. Get the helmets off. It won't move.
Oh, it's very clever stuff, though, isn't it?
Yeah, it's brilliant.
The back.
No, this one...
There's a clasp at the back.
I got one of the gloves off. Elbow too.
Mine.
Brilliant. Now you're
Very
paralysed
good, Dan.
completely down your left-hand side.
That one...
He remembers everyone.
No, I got hold of it.
Oh, yeah. Took my nose off.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Howard building the tension.
We're going to cut
Dun,
you
dun,
up
just
so
like
slow.
Jaws.
Oh, look at the size of that knife. This is a
Can't
knife.
frighten me. I'm a coward. I'm always scared.
Mister! What now?
It's down to Crichton.
Well, Sheriff.
Ah, now this is where... do you remember these fellas? The doves that fly away when you let go of them. The doves that fall flat on their faces on the floor right underneath your feet.
Now, if you'll forgive the rather confrontational imperative, go for your guns, you scum-sucking mollusks.
Oh, now that did hurt. Those hurt.
Did he?
Yeah, they when those things go off, they really bang, you know. Yeah, they did fly that time. Oh, doves of peace.
The doves of peace.
I created an antidote. 2 minutes to impact. Come on.
Oh, yeah, at the start of the story, we was going to hit this thing, weren't we?
This big moon. Yeah, I've forgotten about that big moon. Oh, here we go.
Each episode's so compact and so much in it.
And you can't
like
believe
movies,
it's
aren't they?
It's 30 minutes.
30
Yeah,
minutes,
exactly. It's extraordinary. That's a huge story to cram in that time, isn't it?
It's gone in the never count. 8 seconds. 7. Nearly there. 5.
This is also a new, isn't it a new theme tune?
Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. But what happens?
Like a phoenix from the ashes. Red Phoenix.
No. The third version of the Red Dwarf theme.
Yes.
That was a good episode.
That was.
Remember that one won the Emmy in America, didn't it?
That was the one that won the Emmy.
And it won the Comedy Award over here, didn't
Well,
it?
this series won the Comedy Award. I'm not sure if it was that particular
No,
episode.
this series.
I think the Gunman one is close to the Elvis. Elvis.
Actually, was it this? Yeah, no, it must have been this one that would have been. It must have been this series that was.
Definitely contender for the best ep in the series.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, it's very good. But they were all good episodes, you think.
Classic characters,
very good.
Series 6 was an absolute, all-time.
Riviera goes on par with Dwayne, man.
Yeah.
Well, of the three we've seen so far, this is the best.
Do you think so? Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, that was very clever. Wasn't it? Beautifully directed by Andy Denny. Well, this is Red Dwarf 6, and this is the episode Emo Hawk Polymorph 2. I'm Robert Llewellyn, and we'll be doing the commentary for you here today, and we're all going to have a great deal of fun reminiscing about the good old days on the Small Rouge one.
Llewellyn. Shouldn't it be Llewellyn?
No, you don't the second double L's.
You don't?
It's Llewellyn.
It's quite ironic here, because there's a lot of...
There is. Well, that's where it all comes from. It's all based on Welsh.
Isn't it?
Emo Hawk Polymorph 2.
Sorry, what are you going to say, Chris, before we all talked over you?
Yeah. It wasn't very interesting anyway. I'll bring it up later.
Oh, yeah.
Scramble. There we go. Look at that. Look at that reaction there.
This is the multi-run-in scramble.
Oh, God, this is the blue sleeping quarters, isn't it?
Look, Starbug is a blazing inferno. The engine rooms are waist deep in rock.
You're looking a bit Pierce Brosnan there, Chris.
A little bit Pierce, yeah.
Very Pierce.
A bit more Pierce nipple, if you ask me.
As long as the parting's all right, I never worried.
Yeah, you have to get your parting right.
Parting had to be right, yeah.
But, you know, Chris, geometric positioning. Sometimes you get that little half an inch out and it's too high.
I know.
But where it is there, I think that's it.
I think that's as accurate as we're going to get, parting-wise.
You kind of remind me of Elvis Presley and his comeback tour, 1968. Black leather.
To quiff or not to quiff?
Yeah.
Chris,
well, this is a mid-series show, so the hair might be a little bit...
Is there a touch of a blue rinse in there?
Well, I think there's a little bit of blue light on it.
I think it's a bit of blue light.
Oh,
yeah. No,
I didn't want to mention it, you know.
No, Chris doesn't. I mean, now he uses blue rinse, but not in those days.
Yeah.
It looked like a bit of a Grecian 2000 job.
There could be some of that.
No Grecian recording. I've never done Grecian.
No.
Obviously, if they were to make a Red Dwarf 9 or heaven forfend, they decided to make a little film of the piece.
A film?
There'll be a big fight for the Grecian, I think.
There'll be a rush down the makeup corridor for the Grecian.
30 gallons of
Grecian. You
Grecian.
don't leave your Grecian lying around the Red Dwarf crew.
I'll be in a toupee and a truss, boldly going in my pants.
Do you remember that awful episode that we all sat there when they did the old episode on us? Do you remember? And we were all a bit like, oh, God, I've got no hair.
Yeah.
And a big bum.
Yes.
And remember, you cracked the joke, said we'd probably all be wheeled out in the wheelchairs.
Yeah.
For one series.
That's a cheerful thought, isn't it?
Telling you, bud, my nostril hairs are shimmying
there's
faster
your nostril
than a
hairs
grass
again, Dan.
skirt on a fat Hawaiian hula hoop champion. There's something out there.
I tell you what, I needed a lot of breath for that gag, I tell you.
I'm invoking Space Corps Directive 68250.
New Space Corps.
68250? But sir,
That's
surely
a
that's
great
impossible
jacket,
without
actually,
At least one live chicken
that I've
and a
got
rabbi.
Which we can't see at the moment.
Forget I was ever born.
Well, sir, I'm very happy
Because
to
there's
perform
a
the ceremony,
comedy
but I'm
genius
absolutely
performing.
bewildered as to how sacrificing poultry might clear up the screen problem.
Wait a minute, getting something. Major power surge off the port bow.
Look at the background action, Craig.
Yeah,
no,
brilliant.
no thanks again, see?
No.
No thanks.
I bet your shoulders would kill you there, carrying me up this steep performance hill.
Here it comes.
Oh, a bit of shaking.
Hey,
That's good.
Wasn't that like Ready, Steady, Go?
Now he comes down, slight rupture.
Oh, Ainsley's in this, more like Ready, Steady, Cook.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Ainsley does. It's his finest hour, really.
This is when he was a struggling actor.
I think this is your case in point, isn't it, Danny? Ainsley Harriott.
Yeah.
Well, no,
Look at
this
that.
is another thing.
He plays a girl for this, you can't
He
even see
comes
him.
in, they don't even want to show his
And
face.
now, look at him, he's massive.
Now,
Exactly.
Because he keeps eating all those food he prepares.
He has got an unfeasibly long tongue, Ainsley.
Has he?
I once was sitting in a restaurant on my own reading a book,
And he
my
had
tongue
something off
went
your
in my
plate,
ear,
did he?
and he was sitting at the next table.
Yeah. Well, how do you think he gets all his gigs?
Well, I wonder.
At least they never went for your egg.
How do you think he gets all the gigs?
Charge formally are you?
The materialization must have scrambled its voice unit. It's making about as much sense as a Japanese VCR instruction manual.
Please, you do.
I'm not saying that any of the people that come on the show as guests do better than us, but it's an ongoing thing here. That
It's your big
everybody
theme
that
of the
comes
day,
on
isn't it,
Red
Dan?
Dwarf becomes
Yeah.
a megastar.
Becomes massive.
And swipe what we need.
Martin Sims.
Yeah.
Didn't work for him from this episode.
Well,
No, well, you know, everyone's
Sorry,
got...
Martin.
hold on. You got Hugh Quashie,
Hugh is
Yeah,
big star.
He was a big star before.
Holby City.
He was a
big
Royal
star.
Shakespeare actor.
Big Shakespeare
He appears
actor.
quite soon,
He's
doesn't
done it all, been there.
In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. It wearies me, you say it wearies you.
Look, there's 2 millionaires in the guest.
Here we go, Dan's really on a roll now. We're not going to get him off it, guys.
But if he admits it, it'll blow us out of the stars.
In the guest list.
Dan,
I think you've made your
that's not a
point,
million, that's just
Dan.
binary.
Dan, you
That's
made your
binary.
Oh, sorry.
Binary.
That's binary, mate. That's just
That's
1
zeros.
0 0 0 0.
Zero. Oh, sorry, no, it's a phone number.
You're saying if you want to...
If you want to be successful in Red Dwarf, don't be in the cast.
You're saying
Okay,
that...
here we go. There's a big scene change coming up now.
Oh, well, then.
Enforcement orb can easily outrun us.
Crichton, the Eastbourne Zimmer frame relay team can easily outrun us. It's not about speed, it's about wit, brains, and cunning.
I was praying it wouldn't come to that.
Crichton didn't often get lines like this. Is the beginning of getting lines like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
good
get a bit
lines.
cocky. Yeah, a little bit cocky.
Wasn't that because
Well, you had
actually...
good lines before, but not
Yeah,
lines like
I just
that.
didn't. Well, I just
Wasn't
didn't
that-
deliver them well, Chris. I think that's probably what it was.
Wasn't that...
You
wasn't
had
that-
different lines.
Hold on, wasn't that after you sort of strung Doug up in the corridor?
Triple buttocked gelf sitting on your face for the rest of eternity and probing your crevices.
Several buttocked gelf. Of course, they have many buttocks. Don't they?
Chris is doing a probing joke.
It's the lesser of two evils, sir. In the absence of a scene plan, I suggest we go with Mr. Lister's.
Seconds 20 and
Now, is that Hugh then?
That's you.
That's you.
That's you.
You didn't get the full
Ah,
Shakespearean
no, this is the
quality
classic.
of it there, did
You don't have to
you?
tell me twice gag. I love this gag. This used to have me wetting myself.
Sorry, bud. Looks like you do have to tell me twice.
pilot commence when I go out.
In which case, bony butts all move let's.
Close comms.
Comms closed.
Gelf zone 6 clicks and closing.
Weapon lock register.
We were good at this, weren't we?
Very good.
When we were under pressure.
But we should have been training up to be TV chefs.
If only we'd known.
If only we'd known, we would have left that to Ainsley.
We never actually had a TV gardener, did we? We never had anybody that became a TV gardener.
We should have, though, shouldn't we?
We should have had one.
Your warning shot.
Incoming pulse fire.
Decoys launched.
It's not going to be enough. 6 seconds to impact.
We've got to try and shake him off.
We've lost it.
Oh, no, that was the big explosion. That was the one that got your face down.
Chris,
Yeah.
I
Look at
I
Dan.
knew that. I knew I should have got the signal when we got bras for Christmas.
We're in pain here now.
Oh, a bit of...
Look at all the welts on the side of your face. Can you see them?
Oh,
See them coming up?
you really got whacked by that. I got them in the back of the head. I had a
We
bruise in the
nearly
back of the head.
we
through the
all
rubber.
nearly got shot. We actually did get shot in that. Peter Ragg was kind of devastated after that.
He was very shocked.
He was a
Oh,
little
that
bit.
was a big one, too.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Now the damage report machine's exploded.
Another lock-on.
That was a serious incident. Do you remember the whole studio went quiet?
Yeah.
You could hear a pin drop.
It was a big bang.
Wait, I'm picking something up. Got it.
All the bits were stuck in your head, weren't they?
Yeah.
Look at the size of that thing. It must be a mile across.
A Gelf icon carved out of the solid rock is some kind of warning beacon.
Hey, incoming message.
Running it through the translator.
This is Gelf space. Death to the stranger.
There we go.
There's a little bit of the old Othello going on there.
Yeah.
Death to the stranger.
Suck it. There's no way through. It's a dead end.
Just do it.
8 seconds. We're heading for solid rock. 3 seconds. 2, 1.
Wow.
yeah,
only the boys from the Dwarf could do that.
Plan Rimmer.
Yeah.
The infrared reports 53 separate fires.
Sprinkler systems are down on all
53
three decks of the
separate
engine.
fires.
There's no way to put it out. As soon as it hits the fuel tanks, we'll blow.
Wait a minute. Gelf Moon, bearing 356 by 121. It's got an
brilliant.
ocean. Can you get us there?
Does mouse shit roll? I'll get you there, bud.
Spladoosh.
Oh, Starbug crashes again.
In mud. Yeah.
With very big flames.
That's Raggy's lighter tied to the back.
It is a Zippo, though.
Yeah, it was a Zippo. Yeah, it wouldn't go out.
It had to be. You can't go out in the wind.
Between fire, flood, and impact damage, we've lost damn
Oh,
near
this is Mr. Guitar, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes!
His guitar survived intact. Not even Mr. Lister's guitar survived intact.
It's waist high down there.
That was
But
a
I
good
must-
gag when you
It was
got
a
it
good
wrong.
gag. Yeah.
Put me in some comedy waders.
Mr. Guitar, Mr. Guitar, Mr. Guitar.
That's right.
everything apart from the oxygeneration unit, which is totally Kaputski.
So you're saying we can take off, but we can't breathe? And we can't repair it?
It's a black and charred mess, worse than one of Lister's drunken fry-ups.
Oh, look. They look like all Chris's old mobile phone batteries.
They do, don't they? Used to have to carry them around
That's
on a
it.
trolley, do you
Is
remember?
that the
Oh, yeah, I was high-tech then, boy.
Oh, look at that. Little
Right,
bit of
Chris
twigs in
Barry
there.
was the only person.
This was the night shoot,
I
wasn't it?
could have used that to get a TV gardening gig.
You could have done.
You know?
You could say, I'll clear your bush for you.
Steady, lad.
Night shoot to me means hip flask recharged many times.
Yes,
Oh,
yes.
yeah. That was cold.
Anything? Yep. This came from a boar, right?
Now, this was the fatal night that we had a little shot of whiskey to help get us through the night.
A hip flask.
That was it.
A little hip flask, wasn't it? Which
Yeah.
I only had a sip of, and that sent me. Look at this.
Look at
This
the
man,
eyes.
he's
No.
drunk. He doesn't know what
Lost
he's
it
doing.
completely.
Yeah, completely gone.
It was below zero, innit? I mean, it was absolutely freezing.
Landed if they had taken exception to us. That's a very good sign.
What? It's a good sign they haven't killed us?
Absolutely, sir. With the Kinnatawawi not skinning you alive.
Kinnatawawi. I forgot all about the Kinnatawawi.
Warmest greetings. We are indeed Khan Hasset, or blessed.
Remember when...
You are indeed.
It's all based on Welsh.
Babu,
Yeah.
or Smart Alec Metal Git.
Now, this was the set,
Robin
wasn't it?
Hood's village.
No, it wasn't Robin Hood.
Robin Hood,
No,
Prince of Thieves.
No, it wasn't. This was. I'll tell you what this was. Because Covington Cross. That fabulous series, Covington Cross.
Yeah, but...
Oh, Covington Cross, which
Yeah.
was like
Well, it was like a
an
sort of-
ABC night spoof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Great, great opening fight.
A very good opening fight.
Wasn't ever funny, though.
There wasn't a lot of gags in it.
No.
Ah, now who's this?
Well, that's...
This isn't Ainsley, I don't think. I would think this is Martin.
Jeans.
That's Martin, yeah. I think
Tall
so.
and thin.
Yeah.
No,
that's
that won't be Steve. That won't be Steve.
No, Steve wasn't. Well, Steve was tall.
Yeah, but he was a bit on the plump rotund,
Well, he was
comfortably round.
Yeah, he was a very comfortable round man.
Hold on, isn't that the governor? Look, that's...
He seems quite pleased.
We need an oxygeneration.
That's your missus.
I go for Auburn's.
Crack at the casement.
It reminds me of you going, Charmita.
There you go. No, all right, guys.
Here we go. Here's Ainsley.
Don't get mad,
He was
boys.
very good at this.
Seems to be going well.
What is that thing?
It's an emo hawk, sir. A polymorph that's spayed at birth and half domesticated. It's trained to change shape at its owner's behest. Like all polymorphs, it's an emotional leech. It has the ability to steal emotions from living creatures. Emotions are a highly valued trading commodity.
The oxygenation unit.
Looks like they're ready to fix the
Ogigon nicht. I remember this.
Hey, well done.
Hey, I remember that.
Just for the
One line.
entering their watunga, or hut. The bartering proper begins now.
What about the rest of them?
Watunga. I can't remember any of the others.
Watunga or hut.
Oh, dear.
What? What, you want my hat? My jacket?
great.
You want my jacket?
No, sir, he doesn't want your jacket.
He doesn't want me long johns, does he?
Not your long guns either, sir.
Well, what then?
I think he does that really well, actually.
Yeah,
Very
yeah, he
good.
did.
He wants me.
Yes, sir.
He did it
I
very
think
well.
Harriet's better in this than he's
Ever been, yeah.
since.
Yeah. I mean,
Any
can't
cooking
cook,
program's
won't
ever
cook. It's got its own charm.
Look at him, look at him, look at him. He's got eyes for me, that lad.
1 of 3.
He's only human.
Well, he's exuberant in the other shows. He was an actor here.
Yeah.
He wasn't a celebrity TV chef.
That's true.
He
He was
sold
just
out.
a jobbing actor.
He sold
He
out.
sold out.
The reason
He got
why
a
he's
proper
over the
job and made
top-
some money.
His great acting talent will never be seen again.
It's a big difference when you got 15 contracts trying to fit down your front pants, you know. You get a bit more lively.
He says no wedding, no OG unit.
Oh, I've got to sacrifice myself, fellas.
Yeah.
For the good of the crew.
Very brave of you.
And the phrase that's forming in my mind is legged.
Leggett mode, I believe it is used in this particular episode. Yeah.
Curiously enough, it's exactly the
I was
same.
doing my comedy Linford Christie run as well.
Hanukkah? That only gives us 28 hours.
Okay, look, let's get out our sheet music and play the real waltz. There's no way I'm going down to Mossbros for anyone who is less attractive than my own armpit after 20 games of table tennis.
What about us? You're not going to hang all of us out to dry just because for some reason she doesn't hit your G-spot. What about sacrifice, putting your friend's interest before your own selfish drives?
Remember, it would never work out. She's obviously an Aries. And me and Aries, forget it.
Sir, they are proud people and they will not change their mind. Unless you are prepared to stay
Can't
here
understand
and
them.
marry.
That Aries thing's a bit. Because I'm Aries.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I think that was a.
Oh, was it a little dig there? A dig,
Doug,
was it a Doug
yeah.
dig?
Would Doug know that you were Aries, though?
Oh, he knows everything. He's got it all on his database.
what star sign is like difficult to get on with, yeah. Hey, what star sign is Chris?
It's Aries, yeah. OK, Rob, let's use that. Oh, it's the wedding. This was very romantic.
Great
I thought.
scene.
He was good in this, look.
Yeah.
The eyes.
Yeah.
His eyes said everything, Craig.
First time I ever did a wedding scene, and look what I married.
Yeah. If I remember rightly, he wanted to carry on the relationship.
He did, didn't he? He was very keen.
Yeah, I know he was.
Very keen.
Oh, look of confetti.
Hey, don't be strangers, guys. See you soon.
I've been carried over the threshold.
Anytime.
Hannebech, yech. Clear your throat, lad.
No, was this the handshake?
Oh,
I think we're going to get it.
this
now.
is
There we
all
go. There we go.
Yes. A hilarious moment.
That was actually
American football handshake.
It's an it
From
came
David
from,
Allen.
yeah.
Is that what it
It
was?
actually came from an American football Super Bowl victory dance. It's true.
Ah, no, this is the wedding night, the classic wedding night scene.
Oh, my God.
Great.
He was a big fellow, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah.
You were very good with this.
And don't forget, he was sweating all over him
He
as
was
well.
quite a warm man.
I'm pooped. Straight to sleep for me.
That's what you think, buddy.
They're going in. Nicht talking.
Maybe in the morning. Good night.
And you,
Not having it.
She's keen.
You've been looking forward to this, haven't you? You're not going to take no for an answer, are you?
Knocking.
Oh, no, stop.
Okay, just give me a couple of minutes. I want to slip into something a little bit more comfortable. It's called Starbug.
Change your plan!
no, the comedy runs low. Oh, dear.
He's left me.
There was a perfect example.
They're all bastards.
4 versions of the comedy run.
Oh, taking the OG.
No one steals from the Kinitawawi.
Excellent.
And they've got 10 minutes.
Ah, the emo hawk. Here it comes.
Drain them dry.
There's a guy behind there going, catch it!
Yes.
Oh, it's the emo hawk. Where'd it go? Must have transmuted into something else. I suggest we proceed with extreme caution.
Good suggestion.
Very good.
It's somewhere close. I can smell it. It's a stick! No, it's not. Oh, my God, I'm so jumpy. I thought it was a stick. It is a stick!
Where is it now? It's gone off into the undergrowth.
Cat, you know what they're like. Stay on the case. Don't pick anything up. Unbelievable. We're getting sucked.
I can't believe that.
I forgot about that.
Craig doesn't look as if he's trying to knock that.
No, It looked like an old...
Walking along in tangled undergrowth.
It looked like an African housewife, didn't it?
That was a very relaxed night, though. I remember that. Because I also remember having pizza, which I actually ate.
I think we were all blotto.
We were completely blotto, yeah.
I mean, it was either drink or freeze,
or freeze. It was very cold, wasn't it? Yeah.
You know.
It'll take an hour or so to get the oxygeneration unit set up.
You do look a bit pissed, you know.
I think I was sober by then.
No, you can see how more relaxed we are once we got in the studio.
Yeah. I think this was done before.
Was it? Oh, right.
Or after.
I don't think we went in the studio after we did the night.
Oh, no.
Have you guys worked in TV before?
Not in real TV.
Not much. One of those trained chickens. Very good, those chooks.
Crisis, I'm on my way, sir.
I like that jacket.
The smell still driving me crazy.
It's a bit Britpop, isn't it?
It's very Oasis.
It is, isn't it? Yeah, I think Noel would have seen this.
Look.
I'm going to dress like that.
Graham Norton nicked all my stuff.
He did, didn't he?
That's hardly a recommendation.
I'll tell you what, Craig. You wouldn't say that if you saw his contract, say.
Go on.
It's the contract king.
Don't tell us, Danny. Graham Norton was a minicab driver for years.
Before he walked past the studio where Red Dwarf was done. Now he's a millionaire.
Didn't you see that? They show he was an actor.
He actually started on my radio
He's
show.
an actor.
He was an actor, yeah.
He started on my radio show. He used to play Mother Teresa. It's Dwayne Dibley.
Here comes
Look at that.
Look at that, and he gets a round of applause.
Round of applause. There you go. Graham Norton doesn't get that, mate.
That's brilliant.
I've got no grace.
This is the first black nerd ever written for television.
It was brilliant.
Another first. Another first. Look.
Dwayne Dibley. Dwayne Dibley.
What is it? I heard noises.
Look what it's done to me. It's turned me into Dwayne Dibley, the Duke of Dork.
The Duke of Dork.
Look,
where is it?
I lost it. It came in here somewhere.
Can you smell it?
The only scent I'm getting is extra strong spot cream, and the dandruff shampoo that doesn't work.
Extra strong fuck. It's so difficult to do your S's with those teeth.
It is. It's like having a mouthful of, I don't know, Craig's feet or something.
When did you ever have that gun?
To outsmart Arnie J.
I don't recall seeing it before.
The gun! The emo hawk's the gun!
No, chuck it away then. Don't keep it in your hand.
God,
I hope you're right, because if you're not, we just flushed away our only gun.
just leave the thinking to me, keyboard teeth.
There you go. You get yours now.
Yeah.
Looking at you.
Ah, yes.
But lucky for you guys, old Iron Butt was around to sort it out. That's weird. There's something wrong with this microphone. It's not transmitting.
How did you do that with your nostrils?
Yeah.
My bitterness.
You can flare them.
I know, they are.
They've got muscles of their own.
The nostril muscle still there.
Oh, look at that little fella. Off he goes. No, but I've forgotten what happens to you, Chris. What are you turning into?
Now, sir, it's okay to come
Oh, he's
out.
Ace again. He's Ace.
Ah, that's right.
Cat, old man. Looks like we both want a bite from the little blighter.
Let's track it down before it harms Cridas and Dave. I'm afraid this means death for both of us. That's a small price to pay to save our chummies, eh?
What a guy. Listen. before we leave, I just gotta change these clothes. If I don't get into some sideways iron flares and transparent plastic sandals, I swear I'll go crazy.
Do what you have to, old chum. I'll go tell them we're having a party.
Ace, I forgot Ace came back in this one.
Ace. The wig wasn't as good as Series 4, but...
No, it still looks pretty
The
damn
feel
good.
was there.
I've sealed you in the engine room, Dave. Afraid me and the cat have taken a bit of a nip from the emo hawk.
It's a bit of a nip.
It's taken my bitterness and Cat's cool. He's in a hell of a shape. He's looking so geeky, I don't think he could even get into a science fiction convention.
The emo hawk is still on the loose?
We've got it pinned down in the ops room.
Well, let us in. You need all the help you can get.
No one I'd rather have with me in a fracas, Dave. But you're the last human being alive, old love.
Excellent.
Frankly, it's just far too damn valuable to risk. Only one way to guarantee victory for the Home 11. I'm going to open the airlock, suck the little perisher out into deep space.
But, sir, that would also kill you and the cat.
He won't suffer, Criders. I'll snap his neck when he's not looking.
I forgot. We're all in awe of Ace. As soon as Ace comes on, you know, he's just so cool.
Snap his neck when he's not looking.
And re-inject you both. Restore your
You gotta have it on
Too
paper,
risky,
though, ain't you?
Freddy.
Yeah.
In any case, I don't think I could face becoming him again. Everyone has his limits. Fellas, smoke me a kipper.
What did happen to the... What happened to the original Ace wig?
It, I think it was stolen by someone.
Yeah, and the first cat wig was stolen.
Complete yuts. And Mr. Rimmers, well, nice.
Your list that when you came out to check what you...
Oh, God, I couldn't say it.
Yeah.
And I said a lot harder stuff all the way through the show.
Yeah.
And then it came to this little list with like 6 words.
Just let me check. Thermos, sandwiches, corn plasters.
It was quite a long list, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but it should never have happened. Like, it's just one of those things. I couldn't stop that.
It should never have happened. Should have an actor.
It shouldn't have happened. And the worst thing of all about having that list was you could see it on the screen.
Oh, was it stuck to the picnic box or something? Yeah.
To the box.
The lunch box. Yeah.
No, and I really just did want to read it because I didn't want to spend no more time on it.
But Dwayne Dibley's the kind of kid that would make lists as well, wouldn't he? He should have, like, a little... Yeah.
Just relax.
He'd have a little notebook, wouldn't he? Spotter's book.
That's it, the spotter's book.
Scout party?
Why didn't you say that on the day?
Dave, you crazy fool. We're all set to save your bacon. There's no need for you to sling your love spuds on the barbecue.
Sir, our best
He's so innocent. You're a bit wicked, Chris.
Oh, it'd be very cruel to break his neck.
I'll break his neck.
Wicked,
But I mean, Ace knows that, you know, when the chips are down.
It has to happen.
Looks like it's lasered its way back down to the engine rooms. Probably looking for you. Let's go.
Oh, special effect. Special effect. Hole in the Shepperton floor.
Yeah. That's probably where
You're right about the wig. It isn't as good, is it? But it's
no,
good.
because that's like my original one, you know what I mean?
somewhere in this location.
Someone's
But you
walking
can still
around.
do a bit of head flicking.
I can do a bit of head flicking.
Yeah.
Someone's walking around with our wigs, Chris.
Yeah, there is. There's someone out there.
Looking very cool.
Sorry. Sir, try and remain...
Yeah. It's funny the bits you remember. I do remember this.
knee-jerk paranoid reaction to a terrorist situation. It's essential at this time that we hit the wall! Shame overload. Sorry.
That's impossible.
Bob,
Classic comedy timing, eh?
Not, Davy boy. It'll strike soon.
It looks a bit Duran Duran, that one.
It's a bit Duran Duran.
Yeah, John Taylor.
Yeah.
Oh, I think Rhodesy, maybe, mate. You know? Yeah, actually...
John Taylor looks like that. In his blonde stage.
Excuse me, sir, gentlemen. I think we have a suspect. I got it. Oh, turned into a grenade, but I got it.
Toss it away, old chum.
I can't throw. I throw like a geek.
Just chuck it. Leave this to me, Davy boy. Smoke me a kipper. I'll be... Freeze it, Davy boy.
But, sir, how did you damage your hard light drive?
Didn't, Criders. Just trying to protect you chaps.
Well, sir, better get you back to normal.
Would it be possible for me to stay like this for another 24 hours before I have to return as that...
Oh, dear. The old Ace wig struggling there, Chris.
Well, it had solidified by this stage with all that fire extinguisher stuff.
Yeah.
In the Prince of Darkness.
The fringe isn't... you haven't got quite the mullet there, have you? You know, it's a little bit Chris Waddle.
Yeah.
A little bit Chris Waddle, that look.
What a dibbly.
What a dibbly.
Very nice.
Yes. I thought you were all on form there, chaps.
I think so. That made me chuckle, I'm afraid.
Didn't really feel as I had much to do myself, but just like play a supporting role to
But you did it
you
beautifully, Craig.
fine mountaineers.
I think you did it wonderfully, Chris.
It's always a team effort, even when there's only one fella on the screen.
Going up the Comedy North face there.
Yeah.
And coming down with all your fingers.
This is Red Dwarf Series 6, and this is Rimmer World.
Rimmer World.
And that's why Chris is introducing it.
Yes.
Because no one else wanted to. Rimmer World.
Rimmer World was a classic. And that was another night shoot, if I'm not mistaken.
I can't remember a thing about it. So,
it'll all come flooding back
I
like a,
never
like a
did
cold
like
bath,
the way
Chris.
Craig said Rimmer.
Isn't it vanity and all that?
Yeah.
Vanity?
You bury your little things on an island on a planet.
The fact that you cheated at your eye tests. What do you mean cheated?
Hold on.
There's no point in lying, sir. You
What's the hair doing this week, Chris?
It's
Is this
a
balls
Douglas
on
Hurd
standby,
special.
Yeah.
There's a lot of quiff going on there, mate.
A lot of
That's a
quiff
good
there.
quiff.
You see, Andrea was probably too busy thinking about working in America at this stage.
Well, yeah.
Well, for the $22 million movie she was
she'd
on.
already done it then.
No,
by
no,
this
that
time,
was the
She'd
TV
been there and come
series.
back.
Really?
Because that was between 5 and 6.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
You sure, Bobby?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, well, she's probably blaming you, Chris, for not going out there then.
Yeah, because she'd have had been able to take another assistant,
Isn't it? The bouffon.
Strokes, brain clots.
Yeah.
rather than just gluing a head.
When faced with bad news, prefers to hear that news naked and unvarnished? Or are you of the ilk that prefers to live in happy and blissful ignorance of the nightmare you're facing?
Look at that! What America done and what they missed, boy.
Congratulations, sir. You've come storming through your medical with flying colors. See you next time.
Hey, look at that! Look and see Bobby's kicking. Hey,
Yeah.
I want to know, Crichton, if there's something wrong.
And if there were something wrong, sir, I would tell you.
Even if I'd asked you not to.
Well, no. In that case, I would lie and tell you everything was absolutely peachy.
Crichton, I want to know. That's why I asked for a medical in the first place. Is there bad news?
Lie mode cancelled. Yes, sir. I'm afraid there is.
I knew it. It's the headaches, isn't it? And the heart palpitations, and the blackouts, and the chest pains, and the voices.
It's something to do with that. You can do it. When you died, you were recreated as a hologram, and your exact personality was refined to
It's like now, isn't it, really?
duplicated electronically.
The average family man.
It's the average family
It is. That's why I feel like every morning. Yeah.
Also, flaw? It's not common, but it's possible for a hologram to die.
Crichton, kindly get to the point before I jam your nose between your cheeks and make it the filling of a buttock sandwich.
Well said.
Well said there, Chris. Very good.
Particularly prone to
What's the edge on
stress-related
that?
nervous disorders.
And Robert wouldn't have to bend. He could just take it off.
You could take my head right off. Yeah.
We should play a game of football on the deck if you ever do this movie with your head, don't you think?
I think we should.
Isn't it?
Your T count, which is the hologrammatic equivalent of blood pressure, is higher than a hippie on the third day of an open-air festival.
What brilliant lines! I've forgotten that one.
Electronic aneurysm, it is imperative that you start on a program of relaxation.
I see, and you thought the best way for me to start this program of relaxation was to tell me my brains were about to explode. You've got the bedside manner of an abattoir giblet gutter.
Here's what I suggest. Try and avoid all stressful situations. Spend more time in your hard light form and take a little exercise. And here. Use these Chinese worry balls whenever you feel anxious or tense.
Ah, there's of course,
Balls
the
on
relaxation
standby,
ball.
sir.
There's Craig, not one of his most well-lit entrances.
Did you come in then, Craig? I wasn't sure.
The simulant ship
Didn't
comes
want to
back again.
outshine such marvellous performances.
No, well, exactly. You did very well.
How comes the simulant ship's back then?
Ah, is it the same ship? It does look very similar.
Well, wasn't this supposed to be broadcast straight after Gunman of the Apocalypse?
Ah, was it?
Yeah. See?
A bit of in-depth knowledge there, Craig.
Thank you, Craig.
So, yeah, it's just written in the
And,
notes.
oh, hold on. Apparently Liz Huckling comes back.
Yes, she does, the simulant
But
lady.
is it Hickling or Huckling?
I thought it was Liz Hickling, I must admit.
Ah, well, then there's a typo in
Maybe
one of
it's-
the information sheets that I was given at the time.
Chris, it could be his lucking.
No K.
It could be Luz.
No K.
No K. Okay? No K.
That
Brilliant. I
sounds
must
so
remember that one.
14-year-old schoolgirl.
It does, I want to use that now.
That's so no K.
Is that okay, Dad? No K. You're not piercing your tongue until you're 11. Simple as that. House rule.
Total insanity.
Look, ever since that refrigeration unit packed in, we've had to live off a few pathetic...
Oh!
Now, Danny's remembered
Red
something.
Dwarf, it's called.
It's called Red
Remember it
Dwarf.
now.
It's a comedy
Oh,
series.
no. I
It's on
just
the BBC
realised
Two.
what Craig's trying to do.
What's that?
Act.
Now you'll never catch me acting, lad.
Oh, now it all become clear.
Oh, you'll never catch me acting, kid.
Now, do you remember? This was the series, what I just remembered, but they had that warm-up guy. We had a juggler. And
yeah.
Do you remember? We had a circus guy for this.
Yeah, with the unicycle.
Did
We got rid of the naff.
The naff.
The naff.
Like Eddie Izzard.
Eddie Izzard.
Yeah, those really naff comics.
Leo
like
Chester. All these famous people with their own series.
Hey, Danny, they went on quite well.
No, but that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I've heard of Eddie. What's he done since?
Eddie Izzard.
International superstar.
He
Film
owns
star.
show business.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, you know, we
He had a
couldn't
sex
get...
change or something.
He couldn't get hired when he was working with us.
No.
He took to the stilettos and like,
Yeah,
looked
that's
back
it.
since.
He's never looked
Exactly.
Edwina.
He saw Chris, he says, you know what, I'm doing something wrong here. That guy, Chris Barry's got it going on.
back. Yeah.
I didn't wear stilettos, though, apart from in maybe one show.
But he nicked Robert's walk.
He did, yeah.
Yeah.
In which case we can remove him from duty as per Space Corps Directive 1.
Here we go, Space Corps Directive. Now, what's this Space Corps Directive?
6156. Any officer caught sniffing the saddle of the exercise bicycle in the women's gym will be discharged without trial. I'm sorry, sir, that doesn't quite get you. No.
It's disgusting, though, isn't it?
Sir, we have enough thistles and weeds and cultured fungus for you to...
That's a Rob Grant gag, though.
Thistles
and weeds and
cultured fungus.
Lister would be fools not to listen to him. When is he ever wrong? All right, he may have a head shaped like an inexplicably popular fishing float.
An inexplicably popular fishing float. I don't remember that.
At least let me...
I cannot remember those.
Freak formation of mashed potatoes. I always love that one.
Forms and therefore expensive.
Don't you remember? Hey. What was it? That was when we used to try and work out which one of the two boys actually
Came out with the...
gay.
Yeah. Which are the comedy police?
Which one was George, which one was Andrew? It turned out they were both
that's right.
Andrew in the end, didn't it?
Danny, just think, all those people we've mentioned have gone on to own showbiz. And become multi-million stars in their own right. They never got to say such good lines.
No, that's true. That's true.
Why are you starting him off, Chris?
Yeah, don't start him off, Chris. Steer him off it, Chris. Not on
Steer him off it, okay.
No.
on his grinding his balls.
They've got the checkbook, we've got the legacy. Whatever you want to sell that for at the end of your career.
Board that ship, don't get captured.
How about the ball work, sir?
Yeah.
Look, I'm acting my socks off here.
Yeah, no, you're really working hard.
And Eddie's in the dressing room signing contracts. Sorry, stop it. I can see Ross's scissors getting sharper as we go along.
Chip shop. We've got to board that ship, even if it is on the
Poor
brink of
guy.
disintegration.
Can you imagine the extra work we're giving him?
Silicon hell along with all the photocopiers.
Look, you three go. I'm not.
Look, don't you think what Eddie Izzard's saying on his commentaries about us?
Ah, that's true.
Come on, you think about what would he be saying about us?
Danny who?
What, those twonks that I worked with on that crap show, Red Dwarf. He said, listen, them guys are just stepping stones to me, love.
Yeah. But then that was the thing about the
ball work going on.
No, do you know what he's probably saying? He says those comedy legends don't need to work anymore.
That's true. That's the way he thinks of it. Yeah.
He goes, you know what? I'm going to follow Chris's. I'm going to buy a Canon camera. I'm going to go down and take photographs of the Everglades.
as you do every weekend, basically.
Danny, whatever it is that's in that cup over there, can I have some?
He's been on the mushroom tea again.
The marijuana gin, I think, was one of the lines.
I went to the pub with Craig for lunch.
Yeah, that was...
What do you think? I'm going to come back as a Bachelor of Science?
Like what?
Oh, that's a nice suit you got on there, Dan.
Oh, yes.
Peachy.
PG.
Why didn't you tell us?
Sort of thing they wear at a rugby match, isn't it?
You didn't want to cause
White
any...
background or something.
Well, yeah, it's not the Wasps.
Let me get this clear in my head. We meet one of these totally deranged killing machines. We have to engage them in combat silently.
I can't. This is one of Rimmer's most cowardly acts ever.
It is, isn't it?
And chloroform them with Lister's armpits.
Yeah, he's good, though, isn't he, Chris, when he gets going?
There you go. Now, where was this set? Oh, I do remember this set. This was Shepperton, wasn't it?
This is Shepperton,
Round the
yeah.
back. Is there a big fan blowing? Is there a sort of fan up in the...
I know that somewhere near to us
Bobby,
now...
there was about 400 fans there.
Somewhere near to us now, John Pomfrey's walking around with a walkie-talkie.
Yeah.
I do know that.
A walkie-talkie and a mag light.
And a Pringle jumper.
A
Pringle jumper, yeah.
Saying die a lot.
Ah.
Saying die.
Look at that.
Hello, die. Tip it down.
When did we get a teleporter?
I don't know. Just you pick these things up. Whoa.
Oh.
Not gonna hold much longer, sir. We better make this the last batch. One more trip, Crichton. Let me get one more crate of that Red Hot West Indian record.
One more battery for Chris's phone.
One more. What was that?
Crate of that red hot West Indian red pepper sauce.
Ah.
Now, who was it? One of you guys fancied her?
I tell you
I bet it was that Robert.
Who was it?
You were
No,
chatting her
was
up all the time, weren't
No.
you? Yeah.
Was I?
Yeah.
Was I that shallow?
You were. You were chatting her up all the time.
Nah, he wanted to give her a few lessons, I think.
Slaughtered my fellow simulants.
She had a nice deep voice, didn't she?
Very deep, isn't it? Quite disturbing.
It's all the Galwa.
Was that what it was?
I remember you.
I can see her in a Paris cafe, street cafe with a Gaulois.
She was obviously popular with Rob and Doug because she was in 10 Senses as well.
That's right, she
Yeah.
was, wasn't she?
Wow, I wonder who of them. Was it Andrew or George?
Was it Andrew or Andrew?
Yeah. They don't call him Naylor for nothing.
And boy.
This is a classic stalemate situation. You can't use your weapons, and neither can we. So let's chalk this one down to experience, and we'll be on our merry way. Yeah.
Well, that's actually a good one, isn't
Actually,
it?
as far as psychotic, deranged, ruthless killer
What
simulants
else
go.
could she play?
She could play in Corrie.
She could be anything. She could be get her in every week.
Look.
Care to join me? Hey, come on, let's just talk, okay? We didn't start any of this.
Was I supposed to be in the back
Yes.
shop?
Yeah. I don't think you were going out to get a cup of tea. Oh, I'm not in this scene, am I?
Slick it out to phone my agent. I can't work with these three losers.
There's nothing for us to discuss.
It's us trying to telegraph, go on, mate, do it.
Yeah.
In the background. Look, there's a ham dripping off the screen there.
Yeah, it was. There was lumps. So you could hear it slapping on the ground.
Absolutely.
It was brave not to have any light on any face at all.
I thought it was good that they didn't ever pull focus to you that you were lit and just left it in the shadow.
It was breaking ground.
It's almost the
breaking new
bulb was
ground.
blown on the sort of key light,
But you know what? The greatest thing was he was loved. The Pomp, funny. Like,
Oh yeah,
no one
he was an amazing man, Pomp.
was.
I love Pomp. Yeah.
Look,
Oh, here we go.
if there was not one light in that studio, he would have still been loved. Because he's our John.
He might not have been there to be loved.
You won't see him. You couldn't see
If there was no lights in the studio, odds on he hadn't turned up for work.
He's still our John, Craig.
Let me check my lighting. Innards and lavender.
Rocky was keeping that camera going, wasn't he?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Camera going.
The handheld king.
What's this?
Don't you remember, sir? This is a week last Thursday. In the panic, I must have made a programming error. Goodness sake, Crichton, don't you know how rude it is to burst in on an earlier version of yourself without warning? It made our day totally surreal now. I'm very cross. Pardon my paradox. It's just that...
Pardon my paradox.
I always say that.
Never thought I'd say that on the telly.
Don't compound your temporal faux pas by telling us our future.
Where's the rangy, handsome one?
You scarpered in that escape pod, you slimy, triple-faced, backstabbing Judas.
I'm safe then. Thank God for that.
Don't talk to them. You see what you've done now? Just get back to your own damn timeline. Here we go, then.
Well, be you later.
Be you later. What a classic line there, Craig.
I hate to tell you.
Now this
Constantly caring.
That was a model shot.
It was a model shot that wasn't you, but it was used in a previous. Now, Ah, no, yes.
Backwards.
It's backwards, isn't it?
No, it wasn't backwards. Not that one, was it?
No, something.
But it's from a previous episode, and Starbug was written backwards on the side of the ship then, because actually it was flipped round to make it look different. Yeah. That was one of those classic things. A lot of Red Dwarf fans have picked
Bit
up
like
on
my
that.
costumes.
Yeah.
I have to flip them around. Make them look different.
Sir, I didn't get the opportunity.
I changed my underwear once.
When was that, back in the 70s, Craig?
Oh, no, 82.
Very homely look to the series.
I mean, as well I got them for Silver Jubilee.
Here goes Rimmer.
Incoming message.
Oh, like my escape plan worked then.
What escape plan?
The valiant plan whereby I set off the disintegration of the ship's hull by bravely leaping into the escape pod, thereby creating a diversion so you could... Actually, how did you escape?
The teleporter.
That wasn't the only way, but as good as any, I suppose. Still,
That looked like a fresh mask there, Bobby.
I think it was a fresh mask.
It looked
yeah.
fresh, that
It did,
mask.
freshly put on.
Yeah.
Have you got milk dripping down the screen there? Is that just...
I think it's a little reflection. I think it was a special. It was a John Pomfrey special. I think
It's
that was.
called...
Yeah. Give it a little ding across the screen.
Yeah, it's called Reflection of
Yeah.
the crew.
Yes, of a camera in the background.
Camera in the back.
Ship constructed in the 25th century.
That's a nice new mask, Robert, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it was a
That's
different
what I said, it
design.
looked
for
fresh,
this,
yeah.
Yes, it was
Fresh mask.
All the sort of straight lines seem to be highlighted.
very, very straight. Yeah.
Checking out the local...
Because they used to actually paint the edges now. They used to paint them in.
They highlighted the edges.
Highlighted the edges.
Still
There
nothing.
you go.
Going to long
Andrea didn't get Harry Potter for nothing, you know, Chris.
Well, she should be proud of the body of work.
She's
she
coming
did.
up to Harry Potter 4, just for the record.
how long?
Have you still got those Chinese
So,
worry balls, sir?
hasn't gone on to better things then.
No, not at all. No, not that we're envious in any way.
It's a children's programme.
Andrew's done 4 movies. We're trying to get 1 done.
Multi-million-dollar spinning children's program.
Don't believe in wizards anyway.
Eh?
Don't you believe in wizards, Craig?
No.
I believe in it.
Sir, there are no other options.
Wait, something's happening. Course change. Check. Your guidance system's found a nearer S3
You guys,
planet.
I think you've been out for something. Ladies and gentlemen, my guidance systems are...
Well, yes, there is. Since you're traveling through compressed space,
Ooh,
time will move
compressed
more
space.
swiftly for the object passing through the wormhole. 1 minute on this
Just
side.
when he did that, Craig, you probably had Doug going, hey, Doug, hey, Rob, did Craig fluff?
Did he fluff there or not?
He had Rob going, yeah, don't matter.
It was natural. It sounded quite natural. Yeah, leave it in.
Yeah, but it's not good.
Well, let's not beat
Yeah,
around the
no,
bush.
yeah, no. They're on a roll. Leave them alone.
And
Yeah.
even they're remembering some of the lines.
He fluffed. He's making my work look bad. Don't matter.
Take that figure and multiply it by
Actually, you know, I just realised Bobby's getting really flash in this series, isn't he?
He's getting a bit cocky, isn't he?
He's so cocky in his eye.
Take that number
Still the
and
new boy,
multiply it
essentially.
by 6. You'll always be the new boy.
Just myself as company, I'll go raving mad.
There's an old cat saying, but you don't want to hear it right now. On the upside, according to your inventory...
Don't do them anymore, do you? There's an old cat saying. I was robbed of one of my best gag machines.
And as the pod was looted from a seeding ship, there may even be emergency terraforming equipment.
Terraform.
Gosh,
I love a bit of terraform.
I always like a bit of an emergency terraform.
Yeah. I never go out without any. I always have some in my back pocket.
Try never going to Liverpool without an emergency terraforming kit.
Try going to Liverpool without body form. Oh, terraform! Terraform for you. Now, I know it's going to cost money.
Love it for a game.
It's going to cost a little bit of dough, but you never know.
I never played tennis without it.
It might be worth it if we can sort of squeeze them out a bit.
I never played tennis without a bit of that.
And you know, I actually know the girl who sung that commercial.
There we go, a bit of shash.
Yeah.
Going into a big swirly
Insider
whirly.
trading.
Look at that.
That was brilliant.
That wasn't a model shop.
No, that was someone's tea turned sideways.
It looked like a cup of hot chocolate on its side, didn't it?
Yeah. It's amazing what you can do with a sideways camera.
But from Mr. Rimmer's point of view, he will have to wait 6 entire centuries for us to reach him.
To hell with the champagne. We can celebrate with your Rhine Recycle.
Now, this was chilly, wasn't it, Chris? Do you remember shooting this? I'm sure this was a cold day.
Space Corps hard light hologram, Arnold J. Rimmer.
Yeah, this.
Day 1.
Oh, that was
the
Sheppertoni.
Shepperton, the gravel pit outside.
The
Shepperton.
gravel pit, yeah, that's... Because they got a big I can't say that name.
It was a very cold, windy day.
They could have done something with the background, sort of light it a bit, or something, or
paint it in.
Relationships would be difficult.
Well,
make it blue or purple.
No,
or something, yeah.
it's as you come out of the village.
It looks like
towards,
Shepperton.
Shepperton.
Yeah,
it's on the left-hand side, isn't it?
Yeah, just
Well,
off the
drive up.
It's a big gravel pit just off the M3
Yeah.
for those.
Where those big gravel lorries go in and out. Yeah.
But the actual entrance is actually on the road to the studio.
to the
isn't it?
studio, yeah.
I held out little hope that they might improve my lot, but launched them anyway.
You know, you're going to have like.
Oh, that must have been fun.
There's going to be a pilgrimage to that hill now. You know?
There will be, yeah. Although it's not there anymore, of course, because it will have been dug up and moved.
Ah, see, that's why they left it all grey.
Ah, you see, now it gets all... And now, because it gets all summery, even though it was about -3, wasn't it?
I know. That's a lot light.
Bitterly cold.
It's great. You can see the lighting in the daytime. But
Yeah.
You can't see it in the studio.
Yeah.
And only one thing was missing, my own Jane. As I studied the pod's textbooks, my excitement grew. It seemed entirely possible for me to create
It sounds
a
like
full-grown
Space 2000.
It's sort of like Treasure Island. Not
Robinson Crusoe.
Yes. It is a bit Robinson Crusoe.
It's very Robinson Crusoe.
Do you remember that French one that used to?
He never had
watch?
an emergency terraforming
He
kit.
didn't-
That used to
No,
watch
if
it,
he'd had
and
one of
nobody
those, he'd
knew
have
what
had a
actually
very
what was
different
going on, and the narration didn't seem to go with the pictures. It was a bit like the Magic Roundabout.
Ah. Now, Chris, do you remember that shot?
Hey? Hold on a minute. That comes from the back on the other shot. He looked like sort of Mick McManus.
What a fat bastard.
Hey? And then all of a sudden he's cut to this rippling actor.
There's a blast from the past.
An S3 planet. Never comes
S3 planet. We live on an S3 planet, I believe, don't we?
We do.
Yeah, just as well.
Got something. Try quadrant.
That's why we're looking for one.
4-7-2.
Yeah.
According to the scan, there's life signs.
Confirmed. Thousands of them. Either Mr. Rimmer had the incredible good fortune to land on a...
What's my eyebrows doing there?
I don't know.
What's going on there?
Got a life of its own.
I look like Legion.
Now, this was cold. I remember. This was very
This
cold.
was round the back of Shepperton.
Yeah.
My nasal hairs are quivering like an opera singer's bosom on the high notes. Halt, abomination!
Oh, no, this was free. Oh, God.
Oh, this was a cold day.
Listen, I had so much trouble stopping from laughing in this. When he jumped out in that.
Yeah.
Wearing a skirt.
Listen to the
And
lyrics.
it was cold, mate, wasn't it?
How dare you stand there and address a norm using that face? A revolting insult against nature.
I was absolutely freezing, but I was laughing inside, I tell you.
I can't even bring myself to say it.
Say what?
Take us to your leader.
Could you, sir?
Could you?
I don't remember any of this.
Can you
at
not
all.
remember this at all?
No,
'Cause I do
but I
remember
remember it was cold.
Yeah,
I do remember.
You blanked it out. Your memories are saved from trauma,
Oh, the
mate.
twins. Yes, remember the twins?
Remember, it's us.
Dear Lord, what created such foulness? Is this the product of a marriage twixt woman and gerbil?
Chris, you're giving it big time.
Giving it big.
Lawrence
Yeah.
Olivier.
I
Large
thought I
and
might.
Spartacus. Giving it the full lemon there, mate. I'm telling you.
No, I'm Spartacus.
No,
Are you?
I'm Spartacus.
No, I'm Spartacus.
I'm Spartacus, all right?
I'd always get that wrong in that scene. I was going, are you? I thought he was.
The H is an affectation. Possibly it has become a symbol of power.
These deformed monsters are no sight for my concubines. My treasures of pulchritude run along.
Treasures of pulchritude. I love that when we would ask Rob and Doug what pulchritude meant, and they'd look at us like we were the scum we were.
Oh. Could have done a bit with the nostril hair there.
Oh, that is just.
Now, did you get to do a
unbelievable.
real kiss with a real girl then, actually, Chris?
I think I did there, yeah.
You did.
Let the trial begin. The oozy water grows tepid. These three abominations stand charged on 8 counts of gross
There's
deviancy.
something about Red Dwarf and Romans that is hysterical.
Slightly disturbing.
I mean, you know, Tony
Hawk's, yeah, he was-
Caligula.
yeah.
I mean, you trying to keep a straight face.
I know.
No cowardice or
Pig,
pomposity.
dog, scum.
No snidiness or
Scum, 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 scum.
Not even basic honest to goodness, double-dealing two-facedness.
Shakespeare for you.
Oh, no, it's Laurence Olivier, man. It's Spartacus.
They lack even the most basic natural
It's
drive.
Crassus.
It's more Richard Burton.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Bit of Dicky.
Richard Burton.
More Richard Burton.
He was
Hold
giving
on.
it a bit.
In
How
Dick.
can it
Acne
be more
Cleopatra.
Richard Burton when Richard Burton was more Laurence Olivier, wasn't he? Surely.
We are seeking the
Wasn't he the sort of Well, he was. He was always the one that got the gig when Lawrence didn't want it, innit?
Enough of this heresy.
Oh, no, so, I mean, it sounds a little bit harsh, but true.
And when you've killed them, burn the bodies, then bring me the cold ashes on a silver plate.
Ah, Sancerre.
With a glass of chilled Sancerre.
Ah, I remember that. A
Ross.
glass of chilled
Trying to be
Sancerre.
a bit Anthony Hopkins.
Hey.
But didn't at one point
Nice Chianti.
Richard Burton had to do actually dub Olivier for something.
Did he?
Yeah.
Dickie had the tone, you see.
Well, Chris is just coming back with the new generation.
Where's... Oh, the old... Look how big the balls are now. They've been ground down.
Rimmer. Smell checks out. That truly is old toilet brush hair himself. Of course, I remember.
Derek, innit?
Derek Custer.
Derek Custer.
Custer, that's right.
Titan. What's happened to him, bud?
How long have you been in here, sir? In this godforsaken dungeon pit from hell?
Got dark dungeon.
Did I? Should I said dark?
Dark. This godforsaken dark dungeon.
Typical. I'd missed the dark.
How do you know 11 years on?
Well, no. I said he missed dark because, you know, the description was lacking one word, dark.
Yeah.
The left.
Very likely I did miss it. And there was Robin Duggleby sitting there going, should we let him get away with it? What do you think?
Oh, no, I don't
didn't
think,
say-
I don't think it was ever
dark.
written, Bobby.
He didn't say dark.
Should have said dark, lad.
Should have said dark.
Yeah, but it's funny. It's funnier if he doesn't say dark.
Is it funny? Is that
Is it funny?
Yeah.
Well, cut it out, Bobby. Leave it out.
Never threaten their insane lust for power.
Look, bud, I can understand them locking you up, but what have they got against me, Derek, and Titan?
Derek and Titan.
Anyone who deviates from the template is reviled. The smallest physical flaw, and they're banished from society. And anyone who displays behavior deemed out of character or un-Rimmer-like is punished by death.
By no one on the planet is brave, sexy, noble, or charming.
Oh, right, you should have to the bathroom.
Sorry, I couldn't get out right in the middle of it. I mean, it's a good bit now.
That was Bobby pouring himself an orange juice and not Craig using my old coffee cup.
Bobby, could you pass the orange?
Would you like a bit of orange juice there? Yeah.
So, are you,
can we get
guys
some-
trying to prove that this
Can we
is
get
live?
some popcorn and some cinema hot dogs as well?
What have I created?
You know?
No, we're talking all over Chris's great dungeon speech. Where it's more like radio, though. You can't actually see him, but he's definitely doing it.
I, for one, could not bear the prospect of being...
Has it got darker, do you think, over the years? Is that what happened? Does light fade?
No, I think it does.
Look, I don't remember it being this dark when we did it.
I'm sure
I think there's an electricity strike. Yeah, and
If we turn the contrast up on this monitor, though, it's going to be a lot better.
Is that what it is?
It's because I'm turned right. I'm sure I've
That's
been
great.
accidentally hitting
they'll
the
all be
contrast
watching the
switch.
DVD thinking, what are they talking
Why are they
about?
talking about? It's really light.
My television looks great.
Yeah.
Slide one of these bricks out.
Ah, no, this is
and
good.
using rope weave from strand
Do you remember
to
this? I do
strand.
remember this. This is a good
Pulley
good
system.
gag.
So that when a guard comes in, he sets up a tripwire, gets laid out, and we put Rimmer in the guard's uniform. He leads us out, we steal some swords, and fight our way back to the bunker.
Or we could use the teleporter.
That's interesting. We can see it now.
I told you it was the contrast button.
So we've been slagging off
After
John
4
Pomfrey.
series,
We've been
for
criticising
about
poor
4
old John
hours.
Pomfrey.
Poor Pomp.
Yeah. But
Pomp,
see,
you're
Pomp
brilliant,
was
mate.
sitting at home knowing that his stuff was good, so he
Yeah.
didn't care.
Yeah, he won't be threatened by that.
tapped into the previous calibration.
Sorry about this. It's just we're escaping from Rimmer World.
Don't tell them that. They don't want to know the future. Poor old Rimmer doesn't know he's about to get persecuted for 6 centuries by a load of his own clones.
Careful, bud. For a minute there, I thought you were going to let slip that he spends the next 557 years locked in a dungeon.
I'm saying nothing, man. Don't want to spoil the surprise.
Rimmer World was weeks ago. We're far more concerned at the moment about the quite hideous thing that's happened to Lister.
Yeah, where am
I'm not in this episode now. I'm just a head in a jar, aren't I?
The brain in a jar.
A brain,
Brain in
no,
a
you
jar.
wouldn't even let me be a head.
Yeah, you weren't even ahead, were you? Because you could have been ahead in the jar.
You
weren't
kept
you?
complaining a lot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I wanted to be a head.
Yeah.
Oh, just a brain.
Just a brain
Just
in
a
a jar
brain in
now.
a jar. Yeah.
I'm just a brain in a jar. You know, so much for the comedy actor. Just a brain in a jar.
I've got no gags. I've got no gags.
It's become the Robert Llewellyn show.
When was the brain in the jar written? The brain in the jar was probably written after Black Tuesday.
Ah. No, it's before Black Tuesday. Black Tuesday doesn't come for another year, Dan.
Welcome to Red Dwarf 6, Episode 6. This is called Out of Time. I'm Craig Charles, and you're all very lucky people.
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, you're lucky they didn't keep the original title. R.I.P. Dave Lister.
Yeah, they were going to call it that.
Yeah, that's right. I do remember that, yeah.
They had another one called, what was it? What's the
The
other
Cat
one?
is Shite, I think it was called as well. No, that one.
Yeah. But,
Present from the future.
They couldn't have that one, Craig, because the fans would not have believed it.
He put the S in hits. And this one I didn't even get ahead.
You don't get ahead, do you?
No, they make
I
me a
remember
brain.
you pleading for
and
a
I was
head
saying, well,
at the
can't I
time.
just be a head in the jar? Because that'd be funny. Could you have a jar with...
Gentlemen, thank you for attending the meeting.
Begging for screen time,
I
really.
love the
By
meetings.
saying that it can't have escaped anyone's attention.
And the joke, oh yeah, because we had the same costume on as well for
Yeah.
this series.
It's no secret.
More or less.
Because we're in Starbuck, innit?
This is the one where we didn't have a script when we did rehearsals, which I loved, because then there was nothing to learn. So I didn't feel so guilty.
If you look at this lengthy speech that Rimmer's doing at the beginning of this episode,
there was
I don't
this-
think there's much cue card going on.
No, exactly not, Chris. You did incredibly well. 'Cause I think we had the speech
always
like the day
tell
before.
the professionals, Chris.
Yeah.
You can always tell the professionals.
I've got to make amends for that picture in one of the books that Rob and Doug put in of me looking at a cue card when, in fact, it wasn't always true.
I don't remember you ever looking at cue
I
cards.
don't remember you.
Honestly, you know, you can spot a professional actor because they'd be sitting down, wouldn't they? They'd be sitting down in the scene, wouldn't they?
Yeah,
They'd
yeah.
think, well, I'm not rehearsing for a whole week standing up. Let me sit.
Yeah.
Everything.
And now you've got your hard light drive. You could sit if you want to.
Especially his god-awful, chirpy, gerbil-faced optimism.
I love that face.
And as for the cat, what an unbelievable git. And Crichton, if he doesn't change...
It's like one of those American
pronto,
work meetings, isn't it?
Jump
Yeah.
to his nipple nuts and fry him like a Cajun catfish. Well, I think that's cleared the air. I don't know about you,
It's mad, this series,
Yeah,
you know. I just realised, I said, what's going on here? It's like
Yeah.
very observant Mr. Doug Naylor.
Almost around.
Yeah, almost.
almost.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got a
nice.
couple of claps, didn't you?
Psychologist, sir. but
Beautifully
maybe
done,
the
though.
Bleak, lonely, pointless.
When did we start getting applause as we entered scenes?
You can always tell when he's tense.
Was that Series 8?
I think they never used those shots.
Series 2.
Series 2.
No, but remember we used to walk in and it'd be like an American sitcom where everyone would clap for ages and you'd have to wait for them to stop clapping before you started. I hated that.
Yeah. No, it didn't happen in this series.
There's one where the bloke from Ronald McDonald was in it, wasn't he? And he kept cueing the applause
that's
for
right.
everything.
Yes, the warm-up
I'm
man
saying
was
don't
Ronald
keep
McDonald,
doing
yeah.
that. It's
The
not-
warm-up man.
It's not about that. you know?
Chris, don't mention him. He
Yeah.
had his own series as well.
Oh, don't. Don't.
He
Don't start him
did?
off. Chris, don't start him off.
Apparently he's
Don't.
got a chain of shops now.
See?
Well, you've got to do something, haven't you?
It's true. He was like on children's TV, big time.
Take Christmas. What did we do Christmas Day?
Well, if you remember, sir, Christmas Day we were attacked by that pan-dimensional liquid beast from the Mogadon cluster.
The
Mogadon
Best
cluster.
example. I'm trying to say our lives are dull, repetitive. We never take time out to smell the roses. We never celebrate anything.
We've got nothing to celebrate with, bud.
Oh, not true, sir. There's a whole case of that wine I brewed out of urine recycle just lying there. Practically untouched.
Look, call me pretentious if you like.
Hold
For
on.
me, a truly
Oh, this
great
is
wine
the
with a foam moustache
sort
that
of
you can only
at the
remove
end
with
when you've
tears.
got the Guinness heads on our mouth.
Some action. Ah.
Incoming.
Oh, yeah, you see now, do you see that? You push your chair back, Craig, and I had to put it forward again to get past.
Sorry about that, mate.
No, it's all right.
Sorry about that. We're trying to keep you out the scene. You know?
Yeah, I know.
You know, everyone's got something to bring to the table. We just thought you should bring silence.
Looks like I'm gonna.
Penetrate more than a few meters.
Lovely model shot with that's Peter Ragg blowing a couple of puffs from his number 6.
Yes.
Don't worry, bud. If there's anything out there, we'll spot it.
Well spotted, Cat.
Oh, my pride sure needs mouth to mouth.
Mr. Lister, sir.
You don't get lines like that in comedy days, eh?
Aye, not today, son.
You don't
Not
get-
today.
How is he? Not good, sir. Perhaps you better look away. I know you can't stand the sight of blood.
Don't worry, Crichton. It's okay when it's Lister's.
What? Look. Mr. Lister is a droid.
Oh, my God.
He's a what?
There's no doubt about it. He's entirely mechanical. A 3000 series.
droid.
Made in Taiwan. Look.
No wonder it didn't work properly.
I think that wasn't that idea going to be an episode on its own?
Yeah.
Crichton and
thought,
Lister.
Yeah, they thought Robert couldn't carry it.
Yeah, I wouldn't be able to carry it on my own. I needed help. I was a team man. I was a team man. I wasn't useless on my own.
Craig, they said,
I think you're jolly good
it'll
on
be
your
the
own,
blind
Bob.
leading the stupid.
My eyesight's much better now.
Is it? The blind leading the stupid.
Just because I have a head shaped like a freak formation of
mashed potato.
There we go. There you go, Craig. Well done.
formation,
I'd forgotten that one.
Why does it look more realistically
Freak
human?
formation.
Humans have always found exactly.
I'm sure he watches them before he comes here.
He does. He probably.
And then writes down notes
Do you
and
know-
learns them on the way up in the car.
They played them all over Christmas.
Yeah,
and-
didn't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I saw a couple over Christmas, actually.
Yeah.
Very late at night, though.
Very
nice.
late. You don't want to put them on too early.
Well, it's cheaper after 11.
That's true.
Devastated.
But one of them was at 10:30.
Are you sure? Have you got proof?
If you look on your remittance slip,
Do you look at them?
I've never had a remittance slip. I'm not
Do you
allowed to see
actually
mine.
look at them?
Oh, you've got to check your remittance
All I
slips.
know is my agent refused to talk to me because they was on at 11.
Oh.
he refused to talk
Yeah.
to you because they were on 11. I don't
Yeah.
understand that.
Don't you understand it?
He only does prime time, guys.
No. We're just saying it's like, would you expect me to be happy?
You know I don't.
Right.
Well, if it was all mine, my commission would be
Hang
twice.
on, guys.
That's
I'm dealing with some emotional trauma here, you know?
Yeah, no,
Some
but because
emotional
it's such a
trauma
boring
going down.
scene that we'd get on with something else.
I've just found out that I'm a
No,
robot.
I'm sorry, I didn't say
Made in Taiwan.
If Doug's listening, I didn't mean it as far as the writing quality.
And I wasn't even a robot made in
Performance,
Liverpool.
darling, the performance.
Craig is acting his socks off, and we're
You're doing
talking
really
about
well.
remittance slips. I mean,
Exactly.
it's not on.
Yeah,
We
well,
should concentrate
I'll tell you,
on
after
the
his
emotions.
acting, he's lucky he didn't get a P45.
There's only one guy counting the money in this scene, I'll tell you that.
You do hey,
Me.
Coordinate to me.
What does this all mean?
He's bringing the best out of Bobby, then.
He is, yeah. No, you were feeding me so well.
You've got to drag him up,
he's
haven't
a
you?
highwayman. He's robbing all his performance off of you, Chris.
Yeah, well, I'm not even in the room. I must have left it behind.
Well, that's right.
Robert, you're making me...
He's
What happened to you? You used to be nice. Look at you now.
Look at me now.
Digging in your dustbins
Yeah.
of woofer.
Of exactly, Wooford.
Yeah.
Well, here he goes, searching.
It's nothing satisfying about a used woofer, though.
No.
Yeah. Slightly soiled, you
Let's
feel.
see. Let's just have a little 10-second listen to see if Craig can pull out a woofer out of this scene.
He will. He'll get
Let's see.
Robert's got a big one here.
Your long johns.
Oh,
one.
look.
The gossip to your long johns, yeah.
You can see the depression setting in on Craig here. Look.
Bit dodgy eyes on the old mask.
I know, yeah.
Oh, look.
Must have
Look.
been a
Oh,
long
and
way.
the
Oh,
walk. Look. Oh,
slightly
look.
moody
He's had
walk.
him. He's
Slightly
done him.
moody
He's done him. Look. Oh, he's severely done.
Oh.
What was the jolt?
It's a mystery, bud. Nothing on the scanners, nothing on visual.
It's like we went through some kind of energy pocket. Still, looks like we're out of it now.
I better run a cross-check, see if this phenomenon is mentioned in any of our databases.
See up. Sorry it was so long, I didn't know where anything was.
Let me see that tray, please.
Hey,
Goody Christ.
like an angry headmaster.
Yeah.
Waving it in.
Yeah, well,
Craig,
one of the reasons I had to
Innit?
wave it in is I couldn't bend my head round.
He's waving him in. Bring that crap back.
Did you use a set squint?
It was a stage direction.
Yeah. You're supposed to be on your spot, love, he's going.
Onto the plate, make them into an attractive, interlaced log cabin structure or something. This will just not do. Now,
Look, I'm
hand
loving
me your
this,
traveling
look.
galley and start again.
Look.
Okay. Sir, this doesn't feel right. Not right at all.
What a charlatan, all these years.
All these years.
Here's something. Reports of artificial stellar fogs which contain reality minefields.
Ah.
What?
Those old reality minefields, they can get you every time.
Which, when encountered, create false realities designed to disorient and drive off potential
Now, I
losers.
think there could be a little bit of auto-cueing going on here, ladies and gentlemen. As you can see,
What
for
makes
some
you
reason...
think that?
For some reason, Crichton's eyes staying resolutely at the small blue screen in front of him.
So we just cranked
There's another little clue there.
But you noticed the look up in the mid-shot?
Beautiful look up at the mid-shot. Luckily, I've got another auto-cue
but
screen
it's-
right in front of me. Look at that.
No, but it's hard to believe. It's hard to
Well,
believe
it was
that we
being
did all
rewritten
this.
as we were doing it.
Got a
Robert
massive
Dawson
laugh,
rewriting
that.
it, weren't they?
If you'd all stop
we're
talking
halfway
shite
through
a
the
minute,
shoot.
you just got a massive laugh there.
You mean he's not a...
No.
Oh, dear.
Tea upstairs.
Sir, I,
Watch it.
Oh, that was
Sir,
beautiful. Do you
I
remember
don't
that?
want to look away from the screen too long. Otherwise, I might not get my next line.
That's classic.
Look at that.
Love that. Fantastic work.
Hey, Delia Smith, eat your heart out. Look at that. Hey.
sir, may I see your arm?
Smack. He looks normal, human.
Someone else tell him. I've got gussets to scrub.
There you go.
Stellar reality.
The comedy chameleon, boy.
I've got gussets to scrub.
I wondered if you felt like a nice cold beer, sir. Oh, sir, how many times can I apologize? I have offered to mince myself. What more can I do?
Don't worry, I'll think of something. Probably involving a bowl of water, a poker, a recharge socket, and 4,000 volts of direct current.
This fog's getting worse. I say reverse out now.
Look, this is terrible. We're watching again.
I know.
I had a lot
We're
of
supposed to
boring
be working.
plot lines, didn't I?
Yeah, quite a lot of
exposition in this.
And my smell range is practically zero.
But hey, I was right. I've only got a brain.
Yeah.
It's turning into the Crichton Show, isn't it? Isn't it? Crichton TV. We had it the next series. We had it next series. Crichton TV. I saw the future coming.
We hit one.
Oh.
That's what I said.
Where's the cat?
I'm here.
It's taken the cat. He's gone.
Gone. I'm here.
I do remember this.
I must have got a Robin Doug's tits that week.
Let's rewrite it.
Chris, the really boring lines.
Just give him something boring.
Don't do this to me. You can't forget me. I'm unforgettable.
I don't
The
get
next line's a really boring
I
line.
feel an unreality pocket and everything's normal.
Oh, no, I remember this. We had all the heads and everything that came on all of a sudden.
Right, boring line coming up from me.
Okay.
What is it?
Yeah, but look, you've got to remember, this is amazing that we're reading this. It doesn't look like it.
Yeah, but I'm reading boring shit.
We're getting some buffeting.
Apart from me, I'm obviously not. Oh, a bit there, a bit above.
What are you doing? Can you see me? Of course I can see you.
You all forgot who I was, don't you remember? It's too weird in here. Let's quit while we can.
All we got to do is keep our heads.
There we go. The comedy heads.
Boy, this is worse than triple strength catnip.
The pockets are getting denser and closer together. We're never going
that
to...
jacket's a bit country and western, isn't it? Huh?
I think you get shot in any cowboy town in that.
I can't take much more of this. That was my next line.
That's a brilliant line, Chris. You know, and you delivered it beautifully.
Right. Let's just keep going and we'll get at the other
Well,
side.
Chris, it's not often you're on the back row, love, but if you are, you got to, be very still. Don't draw focus from the front line.
Sometimes you've got to stay at base camp when they're
You know
climbing
what I
the
mean?
cliff, love.
You've got to know when to give focus, love.
When you,
Yeah,
when
I
you,
got
when you
on
climb,
Rob's tits.
when
The
you climb
upstage
comedy
in
cliffs,
Bonnie Langford
give him
syndrome.
bad
You know, it's not
Boring lines or no lines.
got to give them ground support.
You know what I mean?
It's always been a team show, though. It's always been a team show.
Did it feel to you like, Craig, that we were fighting this, this force behind us that was drawing the attention?
there?
Are you going
Back
up in
in
the
that
old protection pod, sliding up in the old, what's the name?
That's never happened before.
Well, it does. These things happen.
Do you remember? They was actually the smallest guy on the set pulling that rope.
But what was it protecting?
It would be,
You
wouldn't
mean someone was pulling a rope?
I thought that was all real.
Yeah, I always bought it for real.
I thought it was digital.
It's all done digitally nowadays. We had ropes in our day.
They contracted an influenza virus on an excursion to the 20th century. Before they died, they programmed the autopilot for deep space.
Not good on a close-up, Crichton, at the moment.
Bobby looking over to that board.
Yes.
No, it's the eye work that's
There
not.
were some scenes in this that we did know, though. There were some scenes... Well, I'd say there were some
You're going to
scenes that we
say
had...
that was one of them.
No, probably not, no.
Sucker works.
Yeah, the scenes where there's sort of 4 lines,
Yeah.
one each.
Yeah.
Well, we had enough. We had enough auto cues to do about a year's supply of News at 10. It was like just auto cues everywhere, wasn't
Yeah,
it?
it was. Hundreds of them.
Well, when you think, how much there was, I think 6 auto cues, 6 cameras,
Yeah.
and us on all around this little space.
Yeah.
Literally, people couldn't walk
No.
in and out.
Couldn't move.
Obviously, just to reiterate for all of you people watching, this was one episode.
Oh, only one episode. Oh, yes.
Aye.
Yeah.
And this was a very late delivered script, quite understandably, at the end of a series. It was the last
They
one
were
we did.
rewriting it while we were performing
Yeah.
it, actually,
Yeah.
on the
Yeah.
night.
They kept changing words. You'd see the auto cue suddenly go, and new words would come in.
Look at the shock on my face as I look at the auto cue and find
Yeah.
a new line.
Yes.
From someone else.
Visual. Let's see what it's like out there.
What's this scene?
Punching it up. I don't get it.
Nothing.
But I would. How many? What was the percentage of the audience do you think would have thought that we were actually working on auto cue?
Oh, what, of the viewing?
No, the guys in the studio. Because they couldn't see them.
85.
We're now in deep space in the 15th century.
We're still 3 million years away from Earth.
Yeah.
Well, yes.
Another exciting line there.
Taking it back to the present.
Keyed in.
Well, one thing's for sure. when we got through this scene, we could have easily done Thames News or something. Say, can you do auto cue reading?
funny line, maybe.
And I do auto cue reading.
Oh, got a laugh. Got a laugh. That's incredible.
Point of that little exercise. Fun though it was drinking in the heady medieval atmosphere of pre-Renaissance deep space, the drive is next to useless, yes?
For the moment, yes, but should we ever acquire a faster-than-light drive...
Ah, there we go. Now I'm looking at your auto cue there, Chris.
Win. Picking up a craft.
He's right, some kind of craft.
Oh, back to Freddy feed.
Chris Freddy feed Barrett.
This is great. I haven't had one dilemma yet.
No.
What's going on?
Call me crazy, but that all sounds weirdly familiar. Who's man? Us from the future? Hey, incoming SOS message.
Don't punch it up. Close comms.
Close comms.
Close comms. Is this vessel, sir?
Close comms. I sound like Greg Grzewski.
This is where Greg got the idea from. Because he's actually, obviously, being an English
I sound like
tennis player.
Greg Grzewski. Before I went to Montreal.
Otherwise you wouldn't have shown up.
No, Crichton's got a point. It's too dangerous to make contact. What if we discovered that one of us is dead? Who could handle that?
We all could if it was you.
Big Wolf.
They're trying us again.
Wolf, look at that.
Come on, they're in trouble. We can't just hang them out to dry.
Well, in that case, sir, suggest that I am left alone to make...
I'm giving you too much good backdrop, man.
Well, mate, do you know what I mean? It's always nice to have something.
Look at that.
Beautiful shot. Yeah, lovely model shot. Ah.
Oh, a little bit of a street of San Francisco, little bit thing going on there.
Mr. Lister, sir. I love you.
Oh, dear.
You know that, don't you? I'd hate you to...
This is Bobby's play for the next series. You know.
Thought he was going to mount me any minute.
I thought you had already.
Right. Can you tell us anything?
A little, sir. They are indeed our future
Look, there's a lot of touching going on there. Please, please don't stick the knife in for me, lads. I know I'm still pretty new on the scene, and I've been slamming you with some woofers all the way through the series, and please don't tell the writer you don't.
He's got a rather sneery top lip in this.
Yeah.
You've got a rather arrogant
This
attitude
is
about
quite
you in
arrogant,
this
isn't it?
series,
Yeah.
actually, Bob.
Yeah, it is. I'm rather shocked. It's not the real me.
It's really uncharacteristic.
Before they set a space boot on board.
So, when are they coming?
Immediately.
That's a good line, Chris. So, when are they coming? You see,
When
you
are
do
they
that.
coming? And you just went immediately.
Someone's got to ask that. You know, you can't just leave it. You know, it needs to be asked.
And a big jug of chilled margarita.
They're all my favourites.
I know.
How can we have margaritas? I thought we were out of tequila.
Well, I put a little miniature bottle aside, sir, for no particular reason. And I thought since today had no special significance, it would be appropriate to...
Oh, just go, Crichton.
Thank you, sir.
Look,
Do you remember
see?
that one? Yeah.
That's it. Look, he goes, you know what? I'm just going to leave him with this little,
little bowl.
tag.
Oh, a little coffee woofy. The tin opener he used to pick his ears clean with.
It's one of these big emotional scenes. I love these.
Get you every time.
What onions?
No one does emotion like you do, Bob.
I think you're right there. I think you're right. Mechanoid emotion is a very delicate art. They do a special course now at RADA.
Do they? Mechanoid
Mechanoid
emotion?
emotion. Yeah, 'cause there's a big demand, obviously, for mechanoids now.
Yeah,
All the science fiction drama series around.
Ham for androids.
Hamdroid. Hamdroid.
Yeah, but I'm not amongst them, right?
One of their number is called Dave Lister. Now, you'll have to excuse me. I've already said too much.
Already. There's an unusual pronunciation there. Already.
Very Canadian.
But it might be the sort of village in Canada type thing.
Yeah. Or sort of borderline in, sort of New York, Canada,
New York,
Niagara.
Iceland.
Niagara. kind of that kind of area. New York, Iceland.
See, I won't be foiled, you see.
Right. No, you can't foil Dave Lister.
I'm a mechanic, me. Look, look.
And the two skeptics in the background.
And now this was funny. Now this, Chris, was funny.
But the
With you
Feed
as well.
brothers in the background there.
The Feed brothers.
Yeah. Well, just call us tarmac, something you walk on.
Tony and Teddy Tarmac.
Tony and Teddy Tarmac.
My little pavement pals.
Yeah.
Here they come. Excellent. Oh, those shoes.
God, those shoes
What
are
a nice
horrific.
range of footwear.
Oh.
That was very funny. I do remember that.
Did we actually used to live like this? What a god-awful, depressing little hole.
I'm used to the good things in life now, but...
Look at that hair, Dan. That is brilliant.
That's awful.
Terrible.
Oh, the rug.
Oh, look at the rug. That's so
no.
realistic.
I forgot about
That
that.
really used to look that goofy. What is
Craig,
that you've got on your head?
we actually saw a guy like that in the Midland Hotel in Manchester with a rug that was worse than that.
Really?
God.
Do you remember?
Is he the one that had
We were sitting in the bar.
Yeah.
And he had a rug just like that, but it was worse because it was red, but it was kicking up at the back, and there was all the grey hair underneath.
I love a good rug.
Craig, being as subtle as he is, he's not nodding over to the guy like, "Look at it, look, it's a rug, man, it's a rug."
Ah, there's Lister.
Terrific. I was expecting something.
No, it took me ages to get into that makeup.
No, that was Andrea really was pushed back.
I think this is one of Craig's better performances.
I look good.
Craig was
Very
around the
still.
back at a voiceover station, wasn't he?
I lost loads of weight for this show.
Yo, we're in. Oh, my God, look at
Actually, that machine has doubled, or tripled, or quadrupled
it's
for
done
everything.
a lot of things. It's done a lot. It's multifunctional. It's cross-platform and multifunctional. That machine.
Let me see. Am I there? Oh, yes. What do I look like? I can't actually see quite clearly. The light is reflecting off the top of your head. What are you talking about? You're as bald as a plucked chicken, man. Let me see. Wait, I want to see if I'm there. I don't seem to be there. It's just you two, Crichton.
See,
look at that. You carried that, Craig.
That's
Without
real.
Craig, that's
You
brilliant.
didn't need lines.
That's
You
real
didn't need
kicked
lines.
in the bollocks acting.
Yeah,
that.
it is, isn't it?
You know, pathos, Craig.
This is a bit of listy. Now, Chris, this was a classic.
What? Is he fat?
Far from it. He's lost a bit of weight, actually. Actually, he's lost quite a bit of everything.
What do I do to end up like that?
That is tragic.
That is the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. What happened to my butt? Buddy, you could park a plane in that crease.
You could park a plane in that crease.
Get older. Look at me. Just a brain and a jaw.
Self.
Gotta find out what's going on.
That's horrible, isn't it? Then you start watching
for a
it.
special occasion. And what could be more special than this?
Rimmer is
That was brilliant,
unbelievable.
Chris. Yours was brilliant.
Rimmer
Great
is
makeup, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's the nose.
This is poison, bud.
Hogwash, we're used to the best.
Crichton, we're epicures now. We travel through history enjoying the very best time has to offer.
Dolphin sweetmeats, roast suckling elephant, baby
That
seal
is
hearts,
so
stuffed with
Rimmer.
pate, food fit for emperor.
It's unbelievable.
It is the moustache. Is brilliant. I think you
Isn't
should
it?
try the moustache. Chris.
Should I?
I think you should.
What, for Rimmer?
Still at the used car salesman stage at the moment. So,
I reckon you should have an Errol Flynn at the first show and then shave it off and you get ribbed. That's what I reckon.
Who lived in the most obscene luxury while the working classes starved in abject poverty.
We certainly didn't see any of that when we were there.
And his wife's an absolute cutie.
I think they're our favorite hosts, if you don't count the Hitlers.
The who? Providing you avoid talking politics, they're an absolute hit.
Sorry.
You're good friends with the Hitlers? That's just associates. We don't talk about
This is one of those ones that
We don't talk about his work.
And look at eyebrows, though. Oh, no.
Look, you have to understand.
yeah.
Because this wouldn't have been, because some of these shows when we did them were so confusing to remember which ones we were. But actually, this one was pretty obvious.
Well, this was a quite cheap one, wasn't
This
it?
was quite a cheap
But
one,
it's
quite easy to remember.
You know what's what's funny about is sitting there holding his belly.
Yeah.
Abandoned your morals, been seduced
He's
by
holding his
power
belly.
and wealth. All you're interested in now is indulging your carnal desires.
And
I don't remember how we shot this though, because I would have had to have been there in some of the shots.
That's the worst Bobby Charlton you could probably ever see.
It's an appalling Bobby Charlton, isn't it?
Isn't it?
I can't believe I used to be such a
And it's so funny because they grade my hair up and now they don't have to.
It's sort of like a Max Wall type thing, isn't it?
Hey.
Yeah, it is. It's Max Wall.
Lister's come to save the day.
As always. I don't know how we became you, but I sure as hell don't intend to help you carry on doing what you do.
Yeah, because this was the last one down. When they wrote this, Rob and Doug knew we got a Series 7, didn't they? That had already been commissioned. So they knew they could do a bit of
cliffhanger.
Bit of cliffhanger work at the
That's
end.
the whole
Yeah.
key to it, yeah.
But actually, I think a very clever ep, because it's only the four of us in it. There's nothing else at all, is there?
There's no
No guest cast.
There's no Norman.
No,
Yeah.
Guest cast none.
Look at that stomach. I've got to just see the stomach leave. That is fantastic.
It looks like one of those guys, Ken Doddy's pals, isn't it?
Seconds into the airlock and git.
Starbug 2.
Oh, that looks like a bit of a painting in the foreground.
No, it would have been a classic model, CGI model, CGI model.
Yeah, that's a CGI job.
Modelling of a model.
Isn't this the same? Is this the same guys that did the dancing with the
with the
with the machine?
Yeah, with Blue Midget.
Yeah.
Now this sequence definitely was all done on autocue, which they had rewritten. This was the scene, wasn't it? Where all that had happened.
We have no intention of being deprived of the opulence and luxury.
The opulence and luxury.
Of our costumes.
Of course, we're all very, very drunk.
But if you kill us, you'll cease to exist.
Drunk with power you are, mate.
Like rats trapped together, marooned in deep space. Your answer.
Should have said better dead than smeg.
Have we got any chance?
I think we do. Isn't that line in here? I think it could be in this episode. Yeah.
I thought it was in another series.
Fight. Mr. Rimmer? Better dead than Smeg.
There you go.
There you go. You knew it was coming. Who said that?
Better dead than smeg. I didn't know it was
Got
coming.
cold started.
They're great.
He knew.
No, I didn't know it was coming. I thought it was from a different
Marks them all
series.
down, and he's on the way in the
No,
car.
it's this one. Yeah.
He rehearses all his stuff.
Nice shooting, sir.
Bring it around, 52.
Threat warning, they've got a lock on.
I'm going for the main fuel tanks.
They're in your sights.
Oh my God.
Locked on. Fire!
He's gone.
Oh, that's right. No, I do remember this. These were a big blast we got, weren't they?
Do you remember everybody was asking about this? What was going to happen? What happened?
Yeah. That's it. There goes Dan.
Cat!
Dead.
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 But there may be.
The great thing about this scene.
Now, that was very little acting in that. That was a huge blast right up the nose.
The great thing
Seriously,
about
Mr. Red.
these scenes is that we'd been blown up 100 times like this in shows before, and then all of a sudden we died at these ones.
Yeah.
Which was good. That shows you they were with us.
Real drama.
That is real drama,
Yeah.
Chris. And then,
And the music on top.
Blow
There
up
was
the
some good
time
music,
drive.
wasn't it?
If you blow up the...
Look,
It's at this time now that we knew there were no more woofers coming.
Yeah.
That's
You
it.
could go for the drama.
You're on your own, mate.
Go for the drama.
Just you and a blue crimpling suit.
And a couple of polystyrene bricks falling on
And
your
a
noggin.
giant Toys R Us gun painted grey.
That was it. Bam. Yeah, that was a real... Because people thought... I told some people, I remember at the time, now that's it, we're not doing any more. We've done 6 series. But it's to be continued.
No, people asked me, I said, so what happened at the end?
Yeah.
The first show of the new series was mobbed, wasn't it?
But wasn't there another... There was another ending to this. I'm sure we did shoot
Remember
another
after
ending.
that really long speech about that at the beginning of the next series?
Oh,
It was like, oh, God.
You
So
walked past
complicated.
the script and you knew it.
That's the way you've got to do it, lad. Gaffer Ron Green.
Hey.
Ty Thomas, Simon Dalton. Who's Springer Horrell?
Who was Springer? I don't remember Springer. I remember Graham. I remember Rena. I remember
Rena,
Christine. I remember Howard and Jill.
Moses.
Andrew and Lewis. Lois, of course. Lois, yes. Peter and Mike, I know. Keith, yeah. John, of course.
Lois.
Mel and Stephen.
Lois
Kerry.
went on to...
Who are Rob and Doug? What do they do?
Hey,
Justin, I
was it
remember.
Lois went on to be
Who's
Mel
that Andy the
Gibson's makeup
Yeah,
man.
she was, yeah.
Lois was the one who said, you can have the moon, the sun, the stars, but if you want something, you can't have it. Does that mean anything to anyone?
No, it's very, very little, Chris. On that note.
Fair enough.